afternoon, everybody. This is the Equipment Live from Van, Texas. To my left is Bret. What's going on, brother?
Man, it's good to see some good high school baseball. We got a red-blue Civil War rivalry type thing here. We got Van, Lindale. We got district championship on the line this week.
Yes.
I've got my home-cooked concession stand hamburger.
Yes. You put a lot of stuff on that thing.
I feel like I'm at a baseball game, like a pro game here. It's a nice complex.
We've got a lot of fans here.
We got lots of great angles for you tonight.
Oh yeah.
And this should be a good one.
Yes, it's going to be a great game. A lot of things on the line here for both teams. And like Bret said earlier, it is a district championship possibility on the line here for either team. And we're going to look here at the district standings. Right now, Van and Lindale are tied at the top of District 16 4A, both 7-1. Brownsboro in third place at 6-2. Chapel Hill knocking on that playoff door right there at 3-5. And Athens with 1-7. And Cumberland Academy at 6th place in the district with 0-8 record. So it's going to be an interesting week here in District 16 4A, where this is the first of two for Lindale and Van. We'll be traveling to Lindale on Friday to cover the second game of this match. So, Bret, what do you think? I know you are big on keys of the game. What do you got for us today?
All right, so this game is at Van, so I think home field advantage is my first key. If you're Van, you don't want to go off and lose the first game of the series when it's at home. Your home crowd fans, senior night. So I think it's a big thing for Van to get off to a good start and play well at home. For Lindale, I'm going to say pitching. When you come on the road, you got to have a good pitcher. So I think it's key tonight for Ryan Betts. He's had some great outings here lately to have a good solid outing. Both teams like to swing the bat, so we should see a lot of swings. We're going to have to watch ourselves because there's no cover net.
Yeah, we're out in the open and we're fragile.
Yeah.
And so it could hit us. So we'll have to be looking out on that.
And then. My third key, we gotta have three. That's my boy CM, Corey.
Yeah, Corey has to have the three. So.
My third key for tonight's game is fielding, the errors key. Because you know how easily a game can swing with one or two errors here and there. So I think the team that commits the least errors has a great chance to win.
And I agree with that. And don't forget, yes, I like your key about his home field advantage. And you don't want to lose that first one. Last week, Van lost their first district game of the season. They lost it to Brownsboro in Brownsboro, and it was a heartbreaking 10-1. But they came back on Friday and won the 9-0 here in front of their home crowd. So they're coming off a big emotional win off of a great weekend, and so now we had to move the game from Tuesday to tonight because tomorrow is supposed to be a real stormy day. So it's a short weekend, and now they're back on their own home turf with the district championship on the line. You've got Colton Greer on the mound for the Vandals.
The winner of this game, the winner of this one has the driver's seat. They guarantee themselves at least a share of the district championship.
Oh yeah, and so it is going to be a fantastic game. And we're glad that you're with us here on NETsn. Hey, go ahead and like and subscribe while you're watching with us. And we have a chat option. We want you to chat with us tonight. Let us know where you're watching from. And let us know how things are going with you, what you like about what we're doing, and how far away. We want to do that again. We did it last time. How far away we're doing it. Hey, we're going to go live to where we are. To the field for the national anthem. So we're going to have a good matchup here, like we've been talking about. We're going to talk about the other teams. It's going to be a big matchup with the Brownsboro and Chapel Hill matchup. Chapel Hill looking for that last playoff spot in 16-4A, Brett. And they got a big week. They got to play Brownsboro, the third-place team sitting right now. And there's a lot of confidence coming out of that Chapel Hill
well, they just need one. They sit themselves in a good spot. They just need one to clinch the playoffs. Doesn't matter which game. They just need one to win. Also,
they split the series with Athens, so they've got that above them.
Yes, because Athens plays Cumberland, and they look to pick up 2 wins and force a tiebreak there. If Chapel Hill doesn't pick up a win, they'll have a playoff to play for that 4th spot. So Chapel Hill just takes care of business, and we'll kind of keep up with some other scores tonight.
Yeah,
try to keep everybody up to date on what's going on around the district here tonight as well.
And if you have scores that you're keeping up with that while you're watching, and we haven't said anything, chat with us. Let us know any scores that you have and you want us to know about. We can't keep up with everything around here. We do our best, but let us know. While we're watching here. Again, we are excited to have you with us tonight for this great high school baseball here in East Texas.
It's a great crowd tonight, and
awesome.
And just keep in mind we do have some little bit of signal problems here, so bear with us. We've got the stream tuned down. Hopefully it stays up well enough to be able to watch. We will put up a high quality version probably up tomorrow for those that want to go back and watch it.
There may be some skipping on the screen. But
we're trying. Now Friday in Lindale, we have a little bit better coverage down there in Lindale, so it should be a little bit.
But we are in Van, Texas, and it's a beautiful place, but it's a little bit of a no man's land when it comes to
the cell service.
Internet and cell coverage.
If you go down a couple of blocks, though, the signal gets better.
If I walk out to the road, I got perfect coverage, but right here, but
maybe talk to Coach Hoffman. Maybe he can get some Wi-Fi out here.
Do something. Well, all right, we're about to start. It is 65 degrees, and the wind is blowing out of the right field just a little bit, so we have a good game here. It's going to get colder, so we got some. I think the balls are going to come off the bat a little bit harder and probably a little bit farther with this cold air coming in. So it's going to be a fun game here. And Miles Keith, number 11 for the Eagles, is going to start things off. And here we go as Greer's first pitch gets hit way out into left field, and it's deep over the fence. Home run! Miles Keith leads things off. First pitch, first hit.
You were just wanting to use that graphic.
I was. I got that graphic, and man.
Wow. What a way to start the game. First pitch.
Wow. And I told you, that ball's going to be off that bat, and it's going to go far, and it's going to go
So what was my number one key to the game for Van? Home field, get off to a good start.
Get off to a good start. Hey, we got a long.
The only thing is, it is only one pitch. So
we got a lot of time ahead of us. So, can't let that hit them. They're gonna get it. Caden Fleming and Colton Greer comes back with a strike. So a good pitch. He says that home run is not going to affect me. I'm going to pitch a heck of a ball game. So here he goes. That's going to be high and a little inside, kind of brushing Fleming a little off the plate. He's crowding a little bit. So 1-1 the count. That's going to be a high fly ball into the outfield. And it's going to drop behind Hendricks. And that was another one of your keys. The errors. Don't have errors.
Man, I don't know. Did Lindale must have heard me, and Van did too. One's reacting a little bit different than the other.
Yeah, I think we got a communication. And I do know this is a very hyped game. This is a lot of energy, a lot of things going on out there.
A lot of emotions too. These are, you got to remember these are high school.
So we got Jake Powell, who's going to step up with a runner on first. Nobody out. One run already in from the home run by Miles Keith. If you're just joining us on the first pitch of the game, Colton Greer steps off and checks back to make sure that Fleming stays on second. So an E6 puts a runner on second in scoring position. And that was a good pitch, but it's going to be outside for ball one. So a good start to this ball game for the Eagles.
Okay.
And the Vandals are just going to have to shake off all of the the issues here early in the ball game. 2-0 the count as Powell steps in. Here's the pitch, and that's high, right about chin level. So 3-0 now as Greer finds himself behind in the count. And Fleming takes a short lead off second. That's going to be down the pipe for a strike. So Greer puts a good one in there for strike one. So 3-1 now the count. Greer looks in for the sign, and from the stretch checks the runner at second and brings another one home. That's going to be a fly ball into left center field. That's going to drop for a base hit. And the runner, Fleming, he circles around third and almost gets hit and gets tagged.
Oh.
And he is out at third.
Oh.
And we're going to have a...
yeah, they're going to appeal.
They're going to appeal that call. I'm not sure. I did not see, so I can't make the call. Brett, did you see anything on that?
It was close. It was really close. I don't know how you could overturn something like that. I think the call in the field, I don't know that the home plate umpire.
We can't call New York for this, so there's not going to be...
Hey, wait, is there a button on here I can push to?
So the call stands, and Fleming is going to be called out as he turned towards home plate and kind of got caught halfway, couldn't get back in time, says the field umpire. And we have a base hit as there's a runner on first and one out. Now for the Eagles, that's going to be outside for Greer and ball one.
It's a big call right there.
That is a very big call, and something needed to swing Van's way right now. It's kind of gone up. The pendulum is swung towards Lindale's way, so that's going to be hit into center field. That's going to drop in front of Landon Smith. And
they get the out?
They got the out.
Wow. How many times do you see that? I guess it's one of those you can't run.
Right.
You're afraid it's going to catch it.
Well, you have to tag up. That's but Smith, and you have to run. So Smith was kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place and couldn't do anything. And not Smith, I apologize, Powell. So Powell ran, and Smith shot him down for out number 2. That one's down low for a ball. Greer looks over, checks Plunkett, and here's the pitch. And that's a hit into left center field. And diving is Landon Smith, but just out of his reach. And so a stand-up double.
Wow, he tried.
For Ryan Betts.
Smith gave an effort, though, keeping.
He really did.
He laid out for that.
And man, that was almost a Sports Center moment there, as that was just inches out of reach. And so you can't blame him on that one. So we have time as the coach heads out to calm his team down a little bit, as we got a long game going on here. It's early.
Yeah, it's a big key right now. You've got a chance to get this batter. You don't want to focus on the runners right now.
Right.
If you're Greer, you just want to get this batter right here and get out of this inning with only the one home run damage. And after everything that's happened, that would be a win for Van.
Well, and you got 2 outs. You got to open base at first. So there's not a force out anywhere. So you got to be smart. There's a lot of smart baseball here. And so right now you need your pitcher to be focused, like you said, just on the batter. Let your outfield take care of the rest. And that's he's got a good team behind him. And Greer's a good pitcher. So he'll be able to focus just on the batter, Jake Curbo, who's about to step in. So Curbo's going to step into the batter's box with a runner on second and third and 2 away for the Eagles. From the stretch, here's the pitch. And outside, says the umpire. It looked like he caught the outside corner. But no go for ball 1. And that is just what Greer's doing. He is not worried about those runners. He's bringing it right in and puts a little stank on that one and gets a strike as Curbo swings.
He was mad that first call, Keith.
Yeah, I think he was. I think he wanted that one. He wanted that one back.
I catch myself watching the screen. These people at home have a great view.
Yeah, they do. We got some good stuff going on there. They're a little little breaking ball there by Greer. Gets Kerbo reaching out across the plate. So a good job, and that puts Kerbo 1-2.
Just one strike away here.
Yeah. So Greer doing a good job, trying to get out of the inning.
Oh, that was nasty.
Good job. That was a nasty breaking ball.
Man.
And that broke right over the outside edge and caught Kerbo reaching and couldn't catch. So it was a eventful, top of the inning from the start. Got a home run from Miles Keith. But the Eagles leave 2 on as Greer pitches his way out of that one with the help of the Vandals behind him. So it's 1-0 here in the top of the first. We'll be back in just a second. You're watching NETsn here from Van. And welcome back as Ryan Betts on the mound. And Betts, a good little pitcher out of Lindale. He is a junior, right-handed pitcher. He has thrown a no-hitter and a couple of shutouts this season for the Eagles, so they like him on the mound. So Asher Hawkins is going to lead things off. And let me tell you something, Bret. They got some speed out of this lead off here with Asher Hawkins coming out.
This is my first. I've seen Lindale. You know, we did that game a few weeks ago,
right?
Chapel Hill and Lindale. So I've seen Lindale. This is our first chance to get a look at Van, and I was impressed with their resilience in that first inning. They got caught a couple of Lindale runners may not pay attention, but not on cue, and they took advantage of it and got out of the inning. So
and the coach came out and calmed them down, which is a good job. Betts throws that in there, and that's in there for a strike. But you're right; they showed a good comeback and didn't let that first pitch home run hurt him a little bit. So that's going to be high for a ball. And Miles Keith tried to frame it, but it didn't really work for him. As the umpire says, it's still a ball. And a swing and a miss as Hawkins finds himself behind 1 ball and 2 strikes. Steps in. And here's the pitch by Betts. That's going to be outside, way outside on that, as Keith had to stand up and move. And the count evens at 2. And Bret, the crowd keeps growing and growing. We got people walking in.
They're still tracking in here. It's almost full capacity as far as bleachers.
It really is.
Then you got the people sitting along the sides. We got here. People already had their chairs here. We got about a little after 5 o'clock, and there are already people getting their spots reserved here.
Oh yeah.
This is a serious game tonight.
And a swing and a miss, and a strikeout as Hawkins goes down, and that's out number 1. So Gabriel Bachert, number 17, is going to step in and see if he can get things started for the Vandals. Bachert is the right fielder. That's going to be inside, as a little close. Bachert had to move out of the way.
It's uncomfortable close there.
Yeah.
Kind of just turned, but it was right up in tight.
And usually you see that when they're crowding the plate, but he's really not. That's going to be fouled back out into the parking lot.
Heads up.
And
I think that hit that red truck out there.
Hey, that's not funny. Don't say that. My wife might hear that. We don't need my truck being hit. All right, so it's 1-1 to count.
Yeah, I don't have insurance for this.
Okay, I got you. And that's going to be high for a ball. 2 balls and 1 strike now.
My luck, I'd say that and it hit my car since it's right next to yours.
Yeah, we are parked right beside each other, so keep it going. Betts with the windup. There's the pitch. That's right down the middle.
He's throwing some heat down the pipe so far.
And now the count goes even, 2-2 to Bachert. Here's the pitch. That's going to bounce in front of the plate, so no go on that.
Nice job.
And we have a full count.
Nice job by Keith to get in front of that.
And yeah, he does a good job, but also nice job by Bockert to not swing because he wanted to. He kind of made that.
Yeah.
He wanted to go, but didn't go fishing for that. That's going to be fouled off into right field by one of the old Derricks over there.
Yeah, it's interesting. You got the old Derricks pumping right here by the school.
It adds a little ambiance.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of nice.
I feel like we're in Kilgore with the old Derricks.
I know.
Red.
They got the big Derricks, though. These are the pump Derricks. They got the big tall ones over there. And that's going to be low and inside for ball 4. So Bockert will stroll on down, and he'll take his place at first base as Colton Greer will step in. Now, not only is Greer a good pitcher, but he is a heck of a batter as well.
Well, he's batting in the 3rd spot, so usually you don't bat him, but it's not good here.
Right.
So that's pretty.
So he's pretty good at that.
We'll see if he can touch up Betts here. Runner goes there.
Runner goes, and that's going to be bounced and no go as Bockert steals second. Now, I will tell you one thing about Greer is he was named as one of the top 40 players to watch in District 4A this year. So he's no slouch in fielding or pitching or anything really. So pretty good player there all around there for the Vandals. So 0-1 as the umpire calls the first pitch a strike, and he calls the second pitch a strike as well. So Greer finds himself behind. No balls and 2. Betts from the stretch checks Bockert at second and brings it home. That's going to be high and inside. Tried to put a little something on that, Bret, and just released it, I think, a little too early. Couldn't put anything on it.
Yeah.
To make it fall off that table.
It was. Yeah, you could just tell. Just didn't have anything. It was kind of a soft pitch inside.
Yeah, he tried to push and just the release wasn't there. That one was, and that's going to go right over Ty McCoy, the second baseman, and get out into right field. So a base hit for Colton Greer. And that puts runners at the corners. And now, with one down, Landon Smith. And let me tell you something, Bret, on Friday, the Vandals had runners at the corners in an inning and with 2 outs and scored like 4 runs in that one inning and just did a great job.
Yeah, it's
just kept replacing.
I mean,
kept going around.
Right now they've matching that, or they're really close to matching that home run. So just erasing that bad start right here with Van with 1 out's got a chance to do something.
Well, and they're playing smart, smart baseball right now. And that one bounced. Good job by Keith to jump in the way. That one bounced about 1.5 feet in front of the home plate. And Betts asking for another ball. So with 1 down and runners at first and third. So Betts checks over and makes sure that Greer is where he is. Steps off the bag and makes sure that also Bockert stays where he is too. Paying a lot of attention to those runners as he does not want either one of them to score. And with your 4-hole hitter here with Smith, Bret, there's a lot of potential for a sacrifice fly in this when you have a runner on third.
Yeah,
and that would be a good opportunity to tie the game here.
Yeah, pretty much any hit into the outfield at this point.
Right. But you also have to be careful of the double play.
True.
You don't want to hit into that and in the inning and not get anything. That's going to hit the outside corner, says the umpire, and get a strike and make it 1-1. So you got to be really smart on what you do here at home plate. Betts checking and steps off again. I think what he's trying to do is he's trying to actually catch Greer, trying to steal second there.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, you don't know if you're going to even throw it. I think it was a game we did last time, where they cut their Chapel Hill tried to cut the throw off and throw home, and ended up being a disaster.
Yeah.
So you got to be careful.
And that is a common thing, not the disaster part, but the cutting it off, where you know the runner steals, throws it home. And here's a pitch. It's a swing and a miss.
Tip.
Or strike.
A little piece of it.
Yeah.
Not enough.
And now it's so a big pitch here. As Smith has to think a little bit now.
I think we got Corey and Vince watching. And shout out to those guys for watching. Said the stream looks good.
Well, good.
Internet's kind of up and down, but we're doing our best here.
And Corey, we had our three, keys to the game for you.
Yeah.
In your honor, Corey, in your honor, the 3 keys to the game.
Yeah, so far I've been pretty accurate on those.
Yes, it has. But Corey's, about 10% accurate sometimes. So.
Yeah, mine are more accurate than Corey's.
Yes,
Half the time, I don't know if he just makes them up.
I think he guesses, yes. And of course, he's not here.
Of course,
so.
he can't. If he ever would come out to a baseball game, he could defend himself.
He could, but since he's never here, then we can say what we want. So here's the pitch, and that's going to bounce outside, and it gets away from Keith. So the runner's going to go as
yeah. So they only went to second.
And I believe that was probably a smart play. Keith is a good little catcher, and he didn't go far enough away to
so now you got
constitute a run.
2 runners in scoring position now.
Yeah.
And took the double play out of play here too.
So makes an open base. You got a 2-2 count. So a lot to think about by Halton there on third.
Ooh. 3-2.
And now you have a full count.
Now you could just walk him, and now you put the double play back into play. It's risky.
But you also put a force at home plate.
It's true. Force of the base.
Force of the base, and you take out that.
Maybe you just try to throw some trash up here and see if he swings at it.
And that's what he does. So he loses it, but he stays pretty well with it. And let me tell you, Miles Keith does a good job of keeping the ball at least in manageable areas to be able to get it. So the base is loaded now for the Vandals. And that'll bring up Easton Hinch. And Miles Keith heads out and talks to Betts a little bit. So we're about ready to go. Easton Hinch is stepping in.
It's a big batter right here for Betts. This could go either way. You could get yourself out of the inning,
and right now he needs to focus on the batter, not the field. And I think he's trying to do a little bit too much. The last couple of pitches he's had is just either gone in the dirt or it's gone way to the side.
He had that nasty breaking ball, but he seems to not be able to get that across the plate here the last couple of batters.
And again, it's early in the game. We're still in the first inning. The nerves, the magnitude.
Oh, there we go. We're in the game now.
We're in the game, yeah. You dodged that one.
Oh, see, they can see us on TV. Hey guys.
But how you doing?
We're back. We're back here.
The magnitude of the game, though, I think is hitting. Not only just this game, but this week of games.
Daddy, can you fix my iPad?
Here's the pitch.
Ooh, good one.
And that's going to catch the outside corner.
Nice.
Little fastball. And
I like that. I like that placement. It was just outside enough, made the Van batter think about it.
And I think what the Vandals are doing, and it's a good job, they're making Betts pitch.
Yeah.
And so, but they've got to swing. They've got to swing at the ones that are there. Ooh, that one's on the outside.
That was pretty close to the other location.
Not really sure. Usually sometimes those umpires will tell you where they were. But 2-2 now the count. Excuse me, to Hinch. And Betts from the stretch is ready. And here's the pitch. And a good little breaking ball there. Hinch
did a good job of just getting a piece of it, really.
And that one was a good. He had on par there to swing for that. So replacing the baseballs there. So the count still remains 2-2. And Hinch steps in. Bases loaded, only one out for Van. And here's the pitch. Another breaking ball fouled off out of play. So a battle ensuing here on the plate. As Bet's throwing some good pitches at Hinch, and Hinch saying, I'm not going to go down quite. And Bet's on the stretch, ready to go. Brings the pitch, and that's going to be high, about eye level. And that's a full count.
Ooh. Now, this is a big pitch here.
So it's a full count now. Hinch looking to see what he's going to do. And the runners are waiting. And Betts, we'll see what he does. He steps off. As this is, like you said, Bret, this is a big pitch here for Betts. And it's actually one for Hinch, too. He's got to, make sure he does the right thing here. That's right. The crowd getting into it, and here's the pitch. That's going to be high, and a walk is going to score a run, and that'll tie the ball game.
Well, just like that. That home run from earlier is long far ago.
And that pretty much erases that one, except for the books for old Miles.
It's like the
brag about that.
Coach is going to go out and talk to his pitcher here. It's too early in this game. You don't want to lose your starter yet, so you want to try to talk to him, settle him down.
Right. Well, and that's what the Vandals coach did in there. He walked out there and he said, "Hey, look, man, just calm down. Just it's early. You're pushing too much. Play baseball. You got a team behind you." And I think that's sometimes these pitchers forget. They got a whole team behind them that can play.
Yeah.
They didn't get to this position tied at first with a 7-1 record without having a team behind them that can play.
And if you like our broadcast tonight, you just go ahead and get us a chat. Chat up with us. We got new features on the thing. It's called a super chat. You can donate a little money. Helps our cause. We love covering this area. Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast. This is we're doing this free of charge for you guys tonight. So
first baseman Andrew Flutter,
brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics.
Azalea Orthopedics, yes. Good group of people over there at Azalea Orthopedics. Good pitch by Betts, and gets that one in there as Flutter watches that one go by for a strike. So base is still loaded, only one out, and a run came in. That ties the ball game 1-1. Betts throws inside, almost in the ear hole.
Flutter didn't like that one.
Flutter,
he looked at the umpire like,
he kind of didn't think that was very nice. Luckily, and I don't know.
He didn't try to move too much either.
If you've ever been hit in the head with a baseball in one of those helmets, it doesn't tickle.
No.
And Flutter swings and misses and is down in the count.
Well, Betts came right back though, Keith, and fired it right down the middle.
And Betts in the stretch again. Not paying attention to the runners.
Oh, we're right back at us here. Stays in play though.
And that was a little high. As Flutter kind of went searching for that one.
Yeah, that was ball two definitely there if he lets that go. 2 strikes though, you got to protect the play. If you don't know
what they're going to call.
If you don't know, you got to go for it.
And it is early in the game. They haven't established what the umpire's strike zone is going to be yet. They don't know it. So it is early. And there's a swing.
That's a big
strike three. That's a big out.
Huge. Now you just got to touch any base here if you're Lindale.
Yes. And it's a totally different game. It's totally just with that out.
Sacrifice fly is out of play.
Yes.
So they have to legit get one in. They don't have an out to play with. So.
And Ross Hendricks is the one who's going to step in and see what he can do with the bases loaded and 2 away. And here's the pitch too, and that's going to be a breaking ball in the outside corner.
Man.
And that's a strike, according to the umpire.
So it was a good pitch.
Beautiful pitch, and it did catch the outside corner from what I could see.
Yeah.
Of course, I'm at a different angle.
It looked pretty good.
But it looked good.
Hopefully it looked good for you guys at home.
And Hendricks,
That's a little
that
bit
one's a little bit outside.
Yeah, that was the same pitch. He just had it about 2 or 3 inches to the right.
Wanted to go fishing on that one.
Yeah, he thought about it.
Because if he didn't want to put it in the same place, because I have a feeling Hendricks probably would have taken that one into the outfield if he had pitched the same exact pitch. That one is going to be high and out of play or foul ball, and it's going to be strike 2.
So Lindale's 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning, Keith, and man, that would be huge.
And this is I've seen Betts do this before when I've covered Lindale before with the bases loaded. And in fact, when we covered Chapel Hill, Betts was the pitcher, and this happened before. He had the bases loaded and he pitched his way out of it. So he's not, he's not a stranger to the bases loaded and getting out of that one. So 2-2 now the count. Couldn't find my words there for a second, which is not good for a commentator.
That's all right. I got plenty of words for you tonight.
Yes, you do.
I'll talk for you.
It is a Monday, so. And that reached on and fouled back.
That was coming to my face.
Yes, that was coming at you.
There was no net
I was
there.
worried about you there for a second.
I'm trusting that net's going to do its job.
That net is a very good net, trust me. It doesn't cover us from the top, but from straight on, you'll be.
Yeah, we got to work on that. We got to
talk to Coach Halton about that.
We got equipment back here. We got.
And you have your partner over there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want.
We got time at the plate.
I'd be in trouble if my son came back with a knot on his head.
Well, for any other
hey,
reason.
I'll tell you this. I got here at about 10 after 5 and parked, and I was about to get out of my car, and a ball hit about 5 feet from where I was, like when I got here.
Yep.
So I was already like targeted.
And a good hit, and that one's going to be in the outfield. So a base hit, and Fleming will throw it home, and 1 run gets in. And a good job by Fleming to get up on that ball fast and keep another run from coming in, because usually, Bret, on a base hit, it scores 2. But Carter Fleming
very limited damage there.
Did a great job by getting up on it, but a good job also to extend the lead, or to get the lead now for the Vandals by 1. Now it's 2-1, and Wyatt Dale, the catcher, is going to step in. And that's going to be a breaking ball in the outside corner for a strike. He's got a good little breaking ball.
Yeah, that breaking ball, if he gets that going, it's going to be tough for Van to, especially when he can put it on that outside corner.
Yeah. And here's the pitch.
Oh! Are you about to go back?
And not quite sure what was seen there, but the umpire is going to call it a ball, so it's 1-1.
All around. Oh, yeah. Good pitch.
And that's going to be a hit. And that's dropping into the outfield. And that's going to score 2 right there. So RBI single for Wyatt Dale. And the lead extends to 3. As 2 more runs get to come in.
Yeah,
so now the Vandals lead 4-1.
Just like that, they've batted. This is their end of their lineup here. You got the ninth hitter up in the first inning. It's usually a good sign.
It is. Grady Betts is going to come up, and we're going to actually have a because Wyatt Dale is the catcher, so we're going to have a courtesy win as the step. Oh, I apologize. That's not correct. Number 10.
It's Austin Johnson.
Yes, Austin Johnson. I apologize. I looked at the wrong roster there.
Lindale is throwing rocks at you.
Yes, I put the wrong one behind the wrong sheet.
It's okay.
Put the wrong emphasis on the wrong syllable. Okay, so 4-1 is the score as Grady Betts steps in and watches the first pitch go by for a ball. And now with runners at first and second. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a fly ball out of play and strike. So now the count's 1-1. So I don't believe that home run to start the game has really affected
no,
Vandals.
No, it's 1 pitch, and that since then They've just been in control.
They shook it off immediately and decided it's their ball game. And a good hit. That's going to go into the outfield. But Jake Herbo, the center fielder, is there. Took about 10 steps to the right and made the third out. But the damage was done as the Vandals come back and take the lead by 3, 4-1. So that's, ladies and gentlemen, that's just the first inning.
First inning?
We're just in the first inning. We haven't gone anywhere.
Man.
So, hey, don't go anywhere. Stick with us and call your friends. Tell them we got a heck of a ball game here in Vegas.
And like and subscribe to this video. Like this. Subscribe to our channel. Again, we're going to have the rematch of this game on Friday night in Lindale.
But this game isn't over yet. So,
Yeah.
But if you like
But
and subscribe.
if they're already on the channel, though, they won't miss tonight's game.
But if you like and subscribe, guess what? You'll be notified about that game on Friday.
That's pretty
and
cool.
you won't miss.
That's pretty cool.
That's a pretty cool thing. So, and share it up with us. We'd like to know what you think about it, where you're watching from, and if you're watching somebody in particular, let us know who you're watching too. And so we're gonna go on a break real quick and let her hair down a little bit. So we'll be right back. You're watching NETsn here from Van, Texas.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea at Azalea Orthopedics.
So Hudson LeGros takes the first pitch for a strike.
I literally wrote it. No, I didn't. Why would I?
And that one's going to be a little blooper. And no play there.
No, I didn't.
So that's going to be dubbed a little base hit there.
I don't know.
And Hudson LeGros is going to get on base.
Daddy, is the game over yet?
So it's big for Lindale to try to shake that inning off. And
Well, they walk up there and they turn and walk up.
And it is. Ty McCoy actually squared around for a bunt. They're going to try to advance LeGros over to second. And yeah, you're right. Van just kind of stuck with it, but Lindale has that ability as well, so we can't take him back. And Greer throws over, make sure LeGros stays where he is. No balls and one strike to McCoy. Here's the pitch. That's going to be inside for a ball.
That's good.
And 1-1 is the count.
Why is this thing I've heard you say? Well, but basically it's good.
And that one gets watched in for a strike. So it's 1-2.
yeah, it's a big pitch right here. No bunt in play now. He's got a swing.
And that one's going to go and be a pass ball, which is going to allow LeGros to get over to second. And that one just kind of bounced in front,
I think it's
got away from Dale.
I know it's early, but if you're Lindale, you want to get some runs after that big inning that Van did. Try to get back in this game so it's a little closer. Two good teams like this, runs already come by, so you don't want to have to wait till the bottom of the seventh.
Well, you want to keep it as close as possible, because if you let, and it's that way, and another pass ball, and LeGros is now at third on 2 wild pitches there. But as I was saying, you're correct, but it's for both teams. You don't want to let either one get too far away, because both of them
They
are
have-
that caliber, They're that good of a team. Now here's the pitch, and that one's right on line. It's going to be a pop fly over behind third base. And Fleming tried to catch, Hendricks tried to catch that one and just couldn't do it, as the shortstop, Ross Hendricks, runs as fast as he could, couldn't make it. And So a run comes across as McCoy gets all the way to second. And that's going to be a double. And Luke Wagner is now going to be stepping up to the plate. He squares around for a bunt, and another bounced ball gets past Dale. And McCoy heads to third.
Well, Greer and Dale have got to get this straightened out. I don't know if it's a combination of the pitcher throwing in the dirt, the catcher not being able to block it in front of him. They've got to get that settled. They're giving Lindale free bases right now.
Well,
is it like the old Little League game where, every pitch is like your runner just going to steal every time? I mean, that's kind of what's been this inning so far.
It's like ghost runner on first, ghost runner, yeah. And that's a good hit, and that's going to go to Hendricks. Hendricks is going to just throw on to first and allow the run to come in and go ahead and get the out. And so the Eagles quickly bring that lead to within one now with 2 runs in this inning.
Stay right in it.
And back at the top of the lineup as Miles Keith, who hit that first pitch home run in the top of the first, is back up in the batter's box. And that one's going to be there for a ball. As nobody's on base, and there's already one down for the Eagles. That one's in there for a strike, so a good pitch by Greer. As it's now 1-1. Wind up, and the pitch is going to be outside. And ball 2.
Yeah, chat's open, guys. Make sure you tell us where you're watching from tonight. Give a shout out to somebody, one of the players, if you'd like to. We'll chat back and forth with you if you.
Oh, good pitch by Greer.
Good
That one kind of just rolled off the table there, and swing and a miss evens the count at 2 on Keith. And another good pitch, and that looked to me like it hit the outside corner.
Yeah, do we need to replay that one?
I guess so. Do we have that? Not yet. We will eventually.
Send it to New York.
Yeah, we've got to call New York on that one. So that's going to be a 3-2 count now. And here's the pitch from Greer, and that's going to be hit out into right field. Bockert.
Oh, dives. Couldn't quite get it.
Didn't get it, and it remained fair. And I didn't quite see. Did it hit his glove, Brett? I can't see from this angle if it bounced in front of him.
He get a piece of it. Looks like they're going to have a courtesy runner again.
So that's going to bring
that's
in.
That's
my number 10.
There's your number 10
my
right there.
Jackson Parker.
You're looking for that one.
So Coach Haltom heading out to the mound and having a conversation. And I think they're going to make that an E9. For Miles Keith, so he won't get any credit for getting to second, but we do have a runner on second now for the Eagles. So it looks like that's going to do it for Greer, Brett.
Interesting.
He is making his way
Yeah, that's
to the dugout.
that's interesting.
The Vandals are going to have a new pitcher.
It's number 4.
And that's going to bring in number 4, Kalen Redding for the Vandals.
He's coming in firing some heat too. Only a couple of pitches, and he's firing
stank on it.
Yeah.
So, like Brett said, go ahead and like and subscribe and chat with us a little bit. Let us know how you think the game's going and what, where you're watching from. Unless you're Corey, we know where you're watching from.
Oh yeah. we got to give him a hard time. Maybe if we get enough chats out there, say we want Corey at a baseball game.
We should do that. Say we want Corey in the chat.
Yeah.
And if we get enough of those, we have to come up with a number. But if we get enough of those, then we'll have to figure out a way to get Corey out here.
Tell him we want Corey to put his coach's hat on.
Yes.
And join us at a baseball game.
Yes. Yes. And get him out here to be with us. Because honestly, I think he could bring a lot of insight to baseball.
Yeah, of course. Hey, you know what? You know what who this game is sponsored by?
Azalea Orthopedics, isn't it?
Let me show you.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas for proven, trusted medical care. You have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Yeah.
Well, he's warmed up, Keith. I think we're about ready to get back in action
I
here.
think we are. And the first one who's going to face him is number 5, Caden Fleming. And he got on base by a error by the shortstop last time. So we'll see what he can do against the new pitcher.
Oh, wait, we got our first chat here.
Woohoo!
From Madison Plunkett. Says, let's go Lindale, watching from Fayetteville, Arkansas. Go
Nice.
Bubs. Carson Plunkett is who she's watching.
Right on. And a Lindale fan, correct?
Yes.
Right on. Carson Plunkett is number 8 for the Eagles.
So thanks for watching, Madison. We hope you're enjoying it. We will have the high quality broadcast put up tomorrow. So
Plunkett is the designated hitter for the Eagles.
Man,
So thank you for watching. We're glad that you are.
Redding is throwing the heat coming out. I noticed that in warm up, and he just reared back and threw one. I wish we had a gun on that, but he's humming it.
A radar gun.
Yeah.
A radar gun.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
Radar gun.
Not
one,
that kind of gun.
1-1 to count. That one gets fouled back
I mean, he's
by Fleming.
he's on a different, as far as speed goes. He's on a different level than the other one.
Yeah, he's got a little bit on there. And so 1-2 now the count. And so I'm going to lose my right-hand man for a second, as he's going to go take care of some camera issues. The day in the life of a streamer here, so you got to listen to just me. But I'll try to be as entertaining as I am with somebody. I usually do these by myself, so talking to myself is something that I do. That ball gets away from Dale, and that will put Miles Keith over third, and even the count up at 2. So the woes continue for the Vandals as runners keep getting bases on wild pitches and pass balls. 2-2 the count to Fleming. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high and about a high level. So another full count. So Redding with a big pitch here. Only 1 out. Runner at third. And here's the pitch. That's going to bounce in, but a good job by Dale to keep it in front, and that'll put runners at the corners now for the Eagles, as Jake Powell will now step in. And the Vandals need to be careful. They don't want to get this to get too far away from him here this early in the game, as we've been playing almost 50 minutes now, and we're just in the top of the second. Shows you the caliber of teams that are playing here for 16-4A here. That's why both of these teams are in the top. That one kind of got away from Redding, and a little high for ball 1. So these two teams are tough, and that's why we enjoy watching and bringing you these games, in order for you to keep up with them here. That's going to be outside for a ball, so 2-0 now, as Redding finds himself behind. Looks in, checks the runner at first, and brings it home. And a high fly ball. That's going to go out of play into the parking lot. And luckily nobody got hit. And so that's going to be a strike on the board. So it's going to be 2 and 1.
So cold.
Here's the pitch. That's a good pitch, but it's going to be fouled off. Out of play for a strike. So now it's going to be 2-2. Powell with 2 good hits, but just not in time. A little behind on it. and they've both gone off foul. Ready? Steps off. Didn't see what he liked. And foul. Now steps out and steps back in, ready to go. Here's the pitch. And a good hit. And that's going to go out to Hinch. And Hinch tries to get double play. The 4-6-3 didn't happen. And they only get one out, but a run does score on the fielder's choice. So now 2 down. And we now have a tie ball game once again. So the lead runner was hit, taken down, so 2 down. And Carson Plunkett is up to bat, the designated hitter. And here's the pitch. That's going to be high, and that's going to go off the glove of Dale and allow Powell to get over to second. 1-0 the count. Ready to set. Checks the runner. Brings it home. And a high, towering fly ball. And Redding runs over. And that's the out number 3 on a pop fly. So the damage got done, and 3 runs come in to tie the ball game, and we're through 2 innings here in Van. Excuse me, 1.5. So it's a good game, folks. Do not go anywhere, as we got a good one. Call your friends, tell them we got a barn burner here in Van, and they need to tune in to NETsn Live on YouTube. We'll be right back for today's game. Brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics. Don't go away. And we are back as Grady Betts steps in. I apologize, we're back at the top of the order. Hawkins. And swing and a miss. 2 strikes. And that's off the glove. So 1 ball and 2 strikes. Here's the pitch. That's going to bounce in for a ball. So we've got a score update. We got Athens leading Cumberland Academy in the bottom of the third, 2-0. They're in Athens.
Wow.
High, and that'll make it 3 balls and 2 strikes. And that's a high fly ball to be out of play and into the stands. And I believe that hit somebody. I hope that person is okay.
We don't? Well.
So an update also, another score update, and that one is straight back.
It's dangerous out here, Keith.
It is dangerous. Brett's back.
Whew. What'd I miss?
Well, you missed Lindale tying it up there in the top of the second.
Brand new game here.
Brand new game. You also missed that Athens is leading Cumberland 2-0 in the bottom of the third, and Brownsboro is leading Chapel Hill 2-0 in the top of the fifth there in Chapel Hill.
Their games are going a lot faster than
They are, and we were just here in the bottom of the second with a strikeout there to Hawkins.
Would be everyone out there be praying for the lady that got hit over here
Yes,
on the
that was
Lindale
tough.
side. That was
Tough to watch.
kind of after I just got through coming through there, and I looked up and the ball was coming right at the pole, and she had her hand up, so we did catch some of her hand. It wasn't directed, but still hit her on the
Looked like
head area.
It did not feel good.
No, I got to figure out why the
How are you?
outfield camera's so dark. I tried to play with it while I was out there, and
Yeah, I saw it go.
it's got infrared on it.
Yeah, and it went black and white. A good hit by Barker up the middle. And, that's gonna... and we have a runner on first.
I just got that camera back out. I mean, I'm gonna blame it on Rob. He had that camera.
It's on purpose.
Yeah.
So Colton Greer. What? Let me see. Make sure. Yeah, Colton Greer is up to bat now. He had a base hit in the first, so we'll see what he can do.
Man, couldn't have asked for a better game though. So far, it's been back and forth.
It has been and it's been fantastic. It's just it's not going to be a quick one by any means whatsoever. That's going to be low.
You're gonna need to make a couple of those pots of coffee just for you in the morning.
I am. I'm going to have yes.
You may have to
three or
just
four.
you might have to just say no coffee for anyone else.
I may have to have a cup just to get home tonight.
It's true. It's true.
So it's going to be 1-0. And 1 out for the Vandals. We're in the bottom of the second. And a bit throw over, excuse me. Not in time. As Bacher makes it back. And Betts steps in, ready to go. Here's the pitch. That's going to be about neck level for a ball. So 2-0.
What's this here, Mama?
Oh, coming back over again.
Foul back.
That's that red truck. It missed it.
Yeah, good.
About
Okay.
50 yards, I think.
You're not funny, but it's going to hit some.
Well, it did go back
2
toward
and
the
1.
vehicles.
2 and 1.
I'm going to say yours, not mine.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to hope it completes it. Maybe it'll just hit the back of your nice little cover and it just bounce off.
I hope that's what it is.
That would be
Bounce off.
the one place on your truck that would be all right.
Right. Throw over to first. Keeping Gabriel Bacher honest over there.
It's better than a big scratch or something.
Yes.
Paint with those seams.
I got 20 earlier. I'm like 6. I'm like 8 by now.
And that one's fouled back as well. So we got a battle going on here.
Oh!
That one.
Oh!
Thankfully, the nice little silver Jeep is parked in
From
front
the
of
first
it.
stadium where we got to cover How are you, man?
I want to remind you, those of you that are watching, we're in kind of a no man's land when it comes to internet connection. Got caught, and so we got it going on over there in first, and he is tagged.
Oh, he got him.
And got him as Betts comes over to, and Gabriel Bacher gets caught. 2 away now. And no good. And a good hit, and that's going to be a base hit as it gets out into the right field. So quickly, the runner gets on for the and Jake Kerbo will be stepping in.
Man, it's this crowd you talked about earlier. They're still tricking me, I feel like.
Oh, they are, and especially, I mean, Chris Lindale's not that far. They're right down the road. So square around by Kerbo and a throw as Betts trying to steal, and he's in time. A good throw by Wyatt Dale, but not in time. So now the runner gets to second.
We had a couple adjustments. Hopefully the stream's looking a little better now. Gotta love
He's my tech guy.
Gotta love internet.
Yeah, we're trying to do our best, but don't forget, if it's not as good tonight,
Oh, nice
a
punt.
little blooper right up the middle, and on the fielder's choice.
Kerbo!
He does advance. Betts
Good job.
over to third.
Yeah,
So the sacrifice bunt does work out the way it's supposed to.
did his job there.
Yes, it did. And Hudson LeGros will step in. He got a base hit back in the second.
Well, LeGros probably will pitch Friday, I would assume. He's the other ace for Lindale. Don't know for sure, but
And that's going to be a fly ball out into left field. And Betts underneath it. And he's going to throw it in. And the play at the plate, not in time. But a great throw.
Right behind!
Brady Betts. And the sacrifice fly.
just like that, Lindale's back ahead.
Puts that Lindale team up ahead. But man, look at the arm on Betts. That was a heck of a throw.
Well, he is a pitcher.
Well, I know, but still, it's a heck of a throw. That's not, you know, that's a different.
Oh,
that's-
the
there you
grandson in front of us.
All right.
Grandpa in front of us. That's Bates.
go. Bates, I apologize.
Did you say Betts?
I said Betts. You think I'd know? I'm a registrar. You
Yeah,
know these
they
things.
might come back here since they're in front of us. They might come back here and knock you upside the head if you say the name wrong.
Well, it wouldn't be the first time.
That's okay. Good throw nonetheless.
I was trying to brag. Now I got yelled at. You know,
It probably does. I get it. My name is mispronounced all the time, so I get it. I get all kinds of stuff with my name. So he's probably used to it.
so 3-0 the count.
Hey, I had a couple of Dorian Twatwa? That one was an interesting one for basketball season.
Oh yeah, that was.
So I just decided I'm just going to call him by his first name. Maybe we should just go with that.
Sure.
You know?
Let's do that.
Go with Grady.
Yeah.
You can't pronounce that one.
Well, you can.
Be hard.
I'm sure people have. Here's a pitch.
Ooh.
And Redding just comes that one in there. And that one is going to be fouled back.
Off over the top of the van stands.
So it's going to be now a full count.
I should have got me a sound effect. For tonight. I needed something. So
that's going to be hit. And that's going to go over to Hinch. Hinch and Flutter kind of fell to the ground to get that one.
Did he flutter?
But he fluttered. He fluttered a little bit for a flutter. So that's going to be out number 3. But the Eagles go up by 1 here in the top of the third. Hey everybody, this game is brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics. We'll be right back here in Van, Texas.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand
Great game. There's been some miscues on both sides.
Right.
Some good pitching, some good hitting. Got a little bit of everything tonight. And the best part is you don't even have to be here to be able to kind of be in the atmosphere with us. Like you can see sitting at home watching this live on YouTube
And enjoy it.
Right. So, I mean, for those that couldn't make it tonight or live outside the state or just can't be
We've got
here.
an Arkansas person.
Yeah,
watching,
that's
that's great.
See if anybody can beat that. Anybody watching it farther? We got Delaware, other Lindale
Yeah, we got
game.
Delaware one
Is Delaware
night.
still here?
That's going to be hit over to first base. And Wagner didn't really have to move. That was kind of straight to him.
So one pitch, one
So
out.
Landon Smith.
That's pretty
kinda
good.
Flew out first.
That's what you call, was it, what's the word? I'm missing the word, but one pitch, one out. That's very, not convenient, something the word.
Well, I'm going to tell you that Easton Hinch is stepping up to bat, takes the first one for a ball.
Because, gosh, I can't think. It'll come to me in a minute.
Okay. Well, we will wait on pins and needles for that.
I'm sure everyone's waiting for the one word. Gosh. You know, if I wasn't trying to think of it, it would come to me.
Yeah. That's how it works.
Oh, well.
Here's the pitch by Betts. It's going to be high. And now it's 3-0.
Efficient. Thank you, Kyle. Kyle's listening. He's got me.
What's up, Kyle?
His Lindale Eagles are up. He's watching.
And that pitch is going to be in there for a strike.
See, Kyle, you were on the same wavelength with me. That's good. I'm glad somebody younger can help me remember things.
And that's going to be ball 4. And that will put Mr. Hinch over there on first and bring, Flutter.
Well, I try to help him whenever he's on live. I'm sure he gets tired. And when he put that net camera up and they get the filed back and it changes.
Kyle, I heard all about that. Brett was making fun. Was talking to me all about it.
He's like, I know, Brett. The net is in the camera. Can't get to it right now.
Andrew Flutter up to bat, and he pops that one. That's going to go into center field, and that's going to be short center field actually for Jake Kerbo. And he's going to come up and make that one. So a quick fly out to center field, and Ross Hendricks. He's going to step in. Hendricks back in the first had an RBI single. So we'll see what he can do here.
The other one.
Betts checks over at first. And here's the pitch. And that's a good hit out over third baseman. That's going to be a base hit. So there's something about Van with their 2-out rallies that they have. I don't know what it is. It must be in the water. But they have an ability to just with 2 outs, they like the adversity, I guess. But with Hendricks getting that base hit, that puts 2 runners on and brings up the catcher, Wyatt Dale. He also had an RBI single back in the first. That's going to be high for a ball. So, again, we want to thank you for watching. And this is a fantastic game. And if you know anybody that likes baseball, you need to call them right now and tell them to tune in to NETsn live on YouTube. There's a strike. It's a heck of a pitch. And watch some good baseball. No major league game is going to be this good because, you know, they don't have me and they don't have Bret. Although Bret left me right now. He's going to fix a camera. So I'm by myself. So 1-1 now the count. Runners on first and second and 2 down for the Vandals. Betts with the pitch. It's a good little breaking ball and to catch the inside corner for a strike. So 1-2. And we have an update from Chapel Hill as the Brownsboro Bears lead them 3-0. And there's a pitch on the outside. Good job by Keith to keep that one. And the reason we're keeping you up to date on those games, 1, they're in the same district that we're in, but 2, Chapel Hill is actually needing or looking for that 4th spot to make the playoffs for this season.
Well, and Brownsboro is still looking for a share of the district championship.
Well, they are, and this is going to be a big, a big thing for them too. So we have a good, that's a high pop fly. It's going to be infield. McCoy calls everybody off and makes that catch. And out number 3. So no runs come across for the Vandals in this one, and they leave 2 on, and the score still remains 5-4. We got a good one here in Van. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're watching NETsn here from Van, Texas.
Kyle's got the cut. He plays all that music. Oh, it's muted.
Oh, okay.
He plays all that music.
Yeah,
He's
we
not
got to
gonna
be
be able to do
careful.
that. 'Cause
Well, and we have to, when we play that kind of music, we need to make sure that it is non-copyrighted music. And there's places
there's
you can find
music.
that.
There's music in YouTube Creator that you can add to your library and stuff that we haven't can get rights to.
Well, and there's also stuff like in Canva, when you make stuff in Canva, that's non-copyrighted music. That's stuff that you can
It's
play.
something we work on for next year.
Yeah.
If we figure that out. It's new to me.
Oh, shoot, hold on. I always forget to do that. So we're in the top of the 4th, right?
Yep.
Yep. All right, you ready? And we are back. And looks like number 6, Luke Wagner, is going to be first up. And we got a good one here, Bret.
Yeah, this has been a great game here.
And that's when we fouled off out of play for strike 1.
I mean, again, it's just been back and forth. You know, Van had kind of got a Lindale started off with the homer, then Van pushed the lead early, 4-1, then Lindale responds with 4 of their own. So right now, that home run, that very first pitch, is the difference.
And that's going to go over as the shortstop, Hendricks, gets it, throws it over to Flutter, who stretches out and gets out number 1. Good job by Hendricks and Flutter. Kind of a good duo there for the first out.
But if this is anything like we're going to see this week. This is going to be 14 innings of fantastic baseball.
Oh yeah, it's what we thought it was going to be. This is what we wanted. Of course, we had this scheduled months ago.
Yeah.
Before we knew what it was going to be.
We knew it was going to be something good.
Right, which is kind of why we wanted it.
Just didn't know that it was going to come down to this right here. I'm not complaining. It's been
not at all.
This is great.
And we're glad to be able to bring it.
Both
to
teams
you.
both teams have enjoyed us coming out.
And been very, I know all the teams we've had this year have been great for letting us come out and do this.
This is really year one for baseball.
It really is.
We really haven't done baseball a whole lot, so
it's kind of
if you're listening and you have a team out there that wants some coverage, we'd love to put them on the calendar for next year. We want to try to expand, and so let us know. Reach out to our website, NETsn.live.
And if you'd like to sponsor us.
Yeah, we're looking for sponsors.
We're looking for sponsors, always looking for something. That's going to be a high ball. Fly out into center field. And that's going to be out by Landon Smith, who was actually really kind of over in left field there. And that dude has some wheels on him.
Hey, speaking of the where they're located, and I haven't really looked into it, but they've changed the shifting rules in MLB this year. Did you see
They've changed a lot of rules.
So now they can't overload the field, which is interesting to me. All those years
for the infield? Is that what you're talking
so
about?
you can't have 3 guys on the right side of the field. Kind of changes up strategies against some of these power hitters when they try to do that. So it just seems interesting.
And Fleming with a good hit, and it's going to drop into left center field for a base hit. And the Eagles with 2 outs have a runner on first. And a good hit by Fleming. Fleming has actually been on base every time he's been on. Every time he's been up.
Yeah, that's what
he
you want.
He got on by an error in the first. He walked in the second, and then a base hit here in the fourth.
Yeah.
Jake Powell takes it, and a strike there. As Fleming steals second. It was a good throw by Dale, but a little off the mark there. And Powell gets a strike, so he's down 1-1. So a runner in scoring position with 2 outs. As Redding brings the pitch. And that's going to be foul tipped. So Fleming has to go back to second as he thought he was going to get over to third on a
I guess no one's going to challenge. I guess no one's going to challenge Madison for the farthest away.
Madison's there.
Far as she's the farthest away in Fayetteville, Arkansas.
And was it her cousin or her brother? What was
it's her bub. So I'm assuming it's her brother.
Oh, got it. Her brother. That's going to be a ball. Well, he is on deck. So Carson Plunkett is on deck. He'll be batting next, barring an out.
Let's see what we got here.
Here's a pitch. Good little offering there. It's going to be high, a little above the numbers there.
Didn't drop like you
for
wanted
a ball.
it to.
No, it kind of hung. It had a little bit.
Lucky that.
A little bit on it.
Yeah, it got lucky that Powell didn't take that out to outfield there. It hung up.
Yeah. Of course, sometimes when you swing on those just pop straight up. That's going to be outside and a pass ball. Actually, it's not a pass ball. Excuse me. That's going to be off the glove of the catcher, Wyatt Dale. Just couldn't hold on to that one. And going to be a full count now. Excuse me, to Powell.
Oh, here we go. We got Jennifer Flotter watching the Vandals from Lake Tahoe.
Oh,
go
wow.
Vandals. Wow, Lake
Tahoe. Nice. That's going to go straight back up to Redding. And Hendricks grabs it but can't make a play out of it. Did a great job but could not hang on to it. And that's going to put the runner, Powell, on base.
I'm assuming she's watching Andrew Flotter.
I would imagine so.
So
that would be.
Let's go, Red!
So we got Andrew with a shout out. So one
Yep.
for each team. So
It
hey,
is.
let's just see who can get the most shout outs.
Yes.
Who's got the most fans watching?
And speaking of, Carson Plunkett is now up to bat.
Plunkett's up.
So he has a base hit on the day.
Make sure you like and subscribe this broadcast too. It really helps us out.
It really does. And like I said, Plunkett has a base hit back in the first. He flew out in foul territory last at bat. So he's looking to make up for that in this one with a runner on first.
Foul. Oh, overhead.
That's going to be fouled back.
Okay, it's over vehicles.
That's good.
No vehicles are harmed in that.
And what we missed on that one, Brett, is the extension of the lead by 2 for Lindale to 6-4 now.
Yep, they're creeping up here. You got if you're Van, you need to get out of this inning and try to get some retaliatory runs here in the bottom half.
And the throw over is not in time. And I'm calling the last one a base hit for Powell. And that was just a good play by Hendricks. It was just not a little bit outside of the realm there. And that one was a great pitch by Redding. I'm not really sure what the umpire was looking at on that. And that's going to be a ball. So 1-1 now the count. 2 outs, 1 on. And a good fly ball, back behind out of play for strike 2. And that puts Plunkett behind in the count.
We got Cody Bray, my man. Cody Bray, the coach at Lindale, watching.
What's going on,
Says
Cody?
thanks for broadcasting. Watching from, but he didn't tell me. I'm assuming he's watching from Lindale. But,
Yeah.
So that's 2 for Lindale.
Hey, but we're glad. Hey, we want you from anywhere. We don't really care where you're watching from, as long as you're watching. We're happy to have anybody and everybody. Throw over to first, not in time, as Powell gets back to the base. 1-2 is the count. 2 out, 1 on. As Redding throws a pitch. A great job. No play at second as Powell steals second. And I have a feeling, and you can hear it as well, we're going to have a lot of chatter.
Well, this game,
the dugouts.
Well, the longer this game goes, being close, it's gonna,
a lot of chatter is going to happen.
Again, it's Lindale Van.
Yes, it is.
So.
Is that who's playing?
Yeah, Lindale Van. On NETsn.
And there's a good hit out of the center field, and Landon Smith is going to reach up and grab that one and end this top of the inning. So run comes across, and Lindale has managed to get a run every inning that they've been at bat so far. And we'll see if the Vandals can come back and fight into that lead that the Eagles have.
Chief, who can we thank for tonight's broadcast?
We can thank Azalea Orthopedics.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Going up.
Good. All right. We are back here in Van, Texas. We're glad that you're watching us here on NETsn. Tonight's game is brought to you by Azalea Orthopedics. Hey, I want you to do me a favor. First of all, I want you to reach over and like and subscribe so you won't miss a minute of the Northeast Texas sports action here on NETsn. 2, I want you to chat with us. Let us know where you're watching from.
And Cody is at the house, by the way.
Cody's at the house. Good.
I'm sure he got up on the big screen, sitting back, got all of his girls there. Maybe they may be in bed by then. Probably got them in bed, getting that kickback and watching Lindale baseball.
Number 3, I want you to type in on the chat, we want Corey, so we can bring Corey out to one of these baseball games.
We want Corey.
We want Corey. And
let's trend that on Twitter.
Yeah. Hashtag we want Corey.
Yeah.
And we'll bring him out and let him do some baseball with us here. So we're in the bottom of the 4th. The Vandals looking to get that lead
Big cut.
cut into that lead that the Eagles have.
We got Grady up, Keith.
Oh yeah.
His cheering
Grady
section's in front of us here. We got Ma, I think, has got
Grady
live
Bates.
video going.
Grady Bates.
Oh. Mom, she might be jinxing him though,
Yeah.
because he's got 2 strikes. He
Yes.
may. We've got it on video. Don't worry, Mom.
So 0-2 is the count.
Here we go.
Here's the pitch. That's going to be outside.
There we
Good
go.
job.
Just put the camera down. He got a ball.
We got it on camera.
That's what I told her. We got it live streaming right here. Here we go.
All right, and Bet's ready to go. Here's the pitch from him. That's going to be high, so good job.
Yeah. 2-2.
Go Grady!
And 2-2. And I have one more thing I want you to do while you're watching, but we'll do this after this bat. I'll tell you what it is. So just hold. Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside.
Yeah.
So Bates quickly went in the hole 0-2 and now has a full count. So a big one here.
See if you can get on base, get back that top of the lineup back up, Keith.
And a foul
Ooh.
back.
Ooh.
The umpire in the helmet.
Ooh.
So he's going to have to take a minute to
The umpire fired it back at the pitcher.
get undiscombobulated there.
He kind of, man.
That kind of a little aggressive there.
That was a fast
He
throwback.
chose violence.
Yeah, he probably because he got mad because he got hit.
It wasn't on purpose. All right, here's the pitch from Betts. That's
Oh! That was
a little.
I thought it was a little low there, Keith.
Low on my opinion there.
You might have to go back and
Yeah.
get the instant replay on that. I think it was a little low.
Yeah. So according to the umpire,
And
not
he
to anybody else at the park,
and he rung him up like he was
Yeah. That was quite aggressive.
He like pulled the lawnmower chain.
Started that lawnmower, but that was a little aggressive.
Hey, we got this one. Check this out. We got Tish LeGros watching
yes.
from Wisconsin.
Nice. Tish LeGros, and I'm guessing it's Hudson.
Hudson LeGros, this is a family member.
Well, thank you for watching, Tish.
And he'll probably be pitching Friday night, so
Yeah.
make sure you tune back in.
And we've watched him.
Oh, we got Brian LeGros now
Nice.
saying, "Hey, Tish." So they're talking.
Oh, they're
here.
talking. Well, I'm glad that we can bring families together.
Yeah,
NETsn does much more than just sports.
right here on YouTube.
Yes.
Most entertaining sports broadcast in East Texas, Keith.
That's what we do. So 2-1 now the count.
If nothing else, we're gonna have fun.
We are going to have fun. Hey, that third thing I want you guys to do is, if you know somebody who likes baseball or is wanting to know about these teams, call them, tell them to watch, tune in.
Hey, check this one out,
NETsn
Keith.
Live.
Lindale's going on top here. We got
Foul back.
Kendi Hutchins says, "Go Lindale, watching 5 of my students play."
Nice.
Wow. All right.
Right on. Well, welcome.
Come on, Van. Where you at? Van may
Van
be.
fans.
They
Well, they're
may
all
be.
here.
They may be here. Yeah, it's true. It's true. We may see a lot of them online on Friday if they can't make it out.
Well, we're glad for all of you who are watching.
1, 2, 3,
And whoever you're
1,
watching.
2,
Hey,
We're
and
neutral.
we even got a
3, 4,
compliment.
5, 6,
What's that?
7,
Yeah.
8, 9,
Oh, and that's
As
in
a-
there
Woo!
for strike.
Man,
And not sure.
we got Brian LeGros says, "Thanks for the great telecast."
Well, Brian, thank you for that compliment. We appreciate it. And that's what we do it for. We want not the compliments. Let me take that back. But we do it for you guys.
Exactly. We got Misty Thurman. Man, the chat's heating up now, Keith.
Here's the pitch. It's going to be outside for a ball.
Let's go Lindale for Misty Thurman.
49,
All right, Misty.
50,
Thank you guys.
So 1-0 the count.
Keep it rolling.
Oh, that's going to be high.
It's a nice night. A little chilly, but not. It's nice baseball weather, Keith.
It is.
I'm not sweating off my weight here.
Oh,
We
and
not
that's going to
probably
be down
need-
the third base line, and it's going to be fair. And the throw is
Oh!
out of play.
Great throw there, though. Great effort.
So-
Great effort by Powell. I mean, that was a tough play. Just got it right down the line.
And
Man.
it's going to be, okay, when I say it's going to be something, I'm going to say, when I say it's
Oh,
an error,
I was late
that's
getting here
me.
'cause I
That's
had
not an
something
official
scheduled.
scores thing. That's me with my knowledge. But that's,
Makes me
in my
sad.
opinion,
He's a
the
sophomore.
foul.
This is my little one right here.
So,
Beckham, can you say hi?
runner on first.
How are you?
And
calling this
Colton
guy?
Greer
He's like-
He's
is
helping
stepping
me.
in.
Yeah.
2 outs.
He's my helper.
This is so awesome. I love it. Thank y'all so much for
Oh,
coming.
yeah.
And that's
yeah.
gonna be low
We talked to him. We may
for a
be
ball.
doing some playoff games if we get some sponsorships for it.
That sounds
Talked
awesome.
to
And
Coach
once
Hall
again, the
today,
band was-
Yeah,
so.
yeah, I love it. Good to
Working.
see you.
to eat into that 2-run lead that the Eagles have.
To chat up with the fan.
Oh, yeah.
My old Sunday school teacher was here.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so-
I met her the other night when I was here.
Yeah. She was
Neat lady.
our married newlyweds teacher.
Oh,
When
nice.
me and my wife first got married. So
And that's going to be foul tip back. Oh, and that hit Greer in the
her son actually
in
plays
the
second
shin.
base. Hinch. And Dad is one of the assistant coaches.
So
So.
Greer has to walk that off. That actually got fouled into his shin there.
Oh, we got more. Hold
The
on.
umpire is going to head out there and kind of talk.
We got
give
we
some
got
time. What's going on?
Tate Coomer is watching from San Francisco, California.
Wow.
Man, that's out there. We got Abigail Powell, got another sister watching from San Marcos. Come on, Jake. Thank y'all for having this. Now I have no excuse to miss his game. Hey, that's great.
Nice. And Jake Powell is a Lindale Eagle,
Man,
and he's the third baseman. In fact,
He-
he's out there right now.
he almost made that play right there.
Yeah, he did. Made a-
Great effort. We got Tish is saying
There's a throw over to first, not in time.
hi to Brian. So
Good job.
They're also thank y'all for making it possible to watch my nephew play tonight.
Well, you're very welcome. We're glad that we can do that for you. Man, this is great. I'm excited. We got a lot of people watching.
It's great to have some interaction
It
out
is.
there.
Another throw over.
So we're
Brett's
not-
just trying to keep the.
So we're not just talking to ourselves. We got somebody to talk to out there.
I often talk to myself on here.
You
So
do.
this is kind of nice. I'm usually like I said earlier. I'm usually doing this by myself. So it's kind of nice to have somebody here. It's always nice to have.
I enjoy getting
people
out every
watch
once in a while.
when your wife lets you.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine too.
Oh, it was like that.
So Bets.
I usually have to take this season off a lot of times because I extend myself for football and basketball. But
Well,
I mean,
we're doing football next year, so I'll get that with you.
Yeah.
There's a pitch. It's going to be high as Bets finally brings it home.
Your wife may get annoyed with me. It's like that Bret guy's dragging you everywhere.
Well, trust me, she won't. Not right now, anyway.
You even got your daughter helping out some, so
Oh yeah.
can't believe she's missing this one.
Well, she had some meetings tonight, and of course, after-school stuff she has to do. She's a busy person. Has to hit down into foul territory down the right field line,
Ooh.
and that's going to even the count at 2.
She's usually forward keeper.
Yes,
Does a great job too.
she does. Claire is a very good helper when she wants to be.
It's true.
But what all 17-year-olds are that way.
Yeah, it's true.
2-2 down the count. And Greer steps in. Betts checks over. As you can maybe hear, that wind is picking up
It is.
here.
It is.
There's a pitch, and that is.
Oh, another one. This umpire's ringing them up this
And
inning.
the strike zone has definitely changed here in the 4th inning, and I'm thinking he's trying to interject himself into this game.
Yeah, the fans around us here did not
Yeah.
agree with that call. I'm thinking here. A lot of
But-
them wearing red. I'm kind of blended in. I wore my red shirt tonight, didn't
I'm neutral.
I? I
I'm
am neutral too, but I'm wearing the red. It's the red and blue with NETsn. So I just had to find
There-
something to match my hat. Maybe I'll go with the blue color for when we're in Lindale. Maybe I'll be safe. I'll wear the home team's colors.
Right. So after the questionable call, that ends that ends the 4th inning. The score is still 6-4. Lindale leads, but this game is far from over and is far from counting a winner yet. So hey, if you're watching, don't go anywhere. Call somebody, tell them, hey, you need to watch this game. It's a good one. And there's 2 guys on there that are awesome at calling this game. And anyway, we'll be right back. We're gonna take a little break. Oh, Bret, you got something to say?
I would say, and thanks for sponsoring us, Azalea Orthopedics.
Yes, thanks.
Have you sustained a bone, joint, work, or sports injury? Problems with mobility or movement? Suffer with pain? Contact Azalea Orthopedics. Our specialists serve patients across East Texas. For proven, trusted medical care, you have a choice. Demand Azalea.
Turn that down, son. Turn it down.
So we're back. Ryan Betts is going to lead things off here in the top of the 5th. And we got a little wait here. It looks like the coaches are having a conversation over there on 3rd.
Yeah.
The Lindale coach and the van coach. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be hit out into right field and foul ball. Oh, well, wait a second. I'm a little confused. As the umpire called foul first and then fair.
Let's see.
But it's going to remain fair ball.
Yeah, they're going to give it to
as
him.
it dropped in. And so, yeah, Ryan Betts gets on base, and now Jake Curbo will step in. And ready with the pitch, and the runner goes, and Betts is in there, says the umpire.
Yeah.
And the throw was in time as
I think
Dale made a heck of a throw.
I think he got in there. He got the tag on the leg. The arm, I think, was already there.
The tag was there, but you're right. It may have been a little bit farther back. Kind of got on the calf there.
Our camera angle had a pretty good angle at that.
Did we have a good angle there?
That was a pretty good angle on that one.
Good bunt, but it's going to go foul. So 1-1 now. The count is that first pitch was called the ball. And Curbo finds himself at 1-1. And here's, I thought it was going to be a pitch, but Redding makes a good job of getting off the mound there, making sure Betts stays where he's supposed to be. 1-1, runner in scoring position, and no outs for the Eagles. And here comes the pitch this time. Good little breaking ball, but it's going to drop right in front of home plate for a ball.
Nice job by Dale getting in front of that one. Don't want to allow that runner to get to 3rd here.
No, and it's a good job by
because that's happened.
Curbo not to fish for it, because a lot of times those batters want to go for those.
It's happened a few times tonight where Lindale's kind of gotten the runners around bases by just the pitchers getting by the catcher. So
here's the pitch, and another one, and Dale, another good job of snagging that ball on the ground. But now we got a 3-1 count as Curbo finds himself ahead. Curbo got on base at a fielder's choice last inning. And that's going to be high above the head of Curbo with a little bit of a frustration pitch there by Redding. And so now with runners in 1st and 2nd, Coach Haltom is going to make a little trip out to the mound for the Vandals, and we'll see what's going to come about that.
Yeah, going to kind of get them together here, settle them down. You got 2 on with no outs, and you're still within striking distance of your van right now, but you don't want to get, we talked about, you don't want to let that team get too far ahead of you. So,
and we're going to have a pitching change, Brett, looks like.
Yeah.
And another one, and so we'll see.
So that's going to be the end of the night for Redding.
Redding there.
Let's see who it is coming in here.
And he didn't do too bad, only 2 runs allowed.
It's gonna be,
but he got a little way, and you could tell the frustration was setting in there.
That's going to be number 22, Landon Justice, Keith, coming in relief here. Basically taking over in a clean inning, no outs.
And I can tell you, I've never seen this pitcher pitch, so I'm not sure. I've seen both. I've seen Redding pitch and I've seen Greer pitch, but I have not seen Justice pitch yet. So
well, you got to wonder if Lindale's seen him pitch too.
Right.
Should come out with some different stuff here. See if he can kind of control this inning now. You can get out of here with minimizing damage and keep yourself in the game. Your van, you still got 9 outs. Put some runs on the board, so still plenty of time at this point, but you just don't want to let them get too many here, right here.
Right, and yeah, we're still not even close to calling this game for either team.
No.
And especially for Lindale, even though they are leading. it in the bag for anybody. That wind is picking up, Bret.
It is. It's definitely. It's going. It's coming out. Basically going to the right to left in the outfield there. And it's whipping, as you can see on camera. And
so a little update here from Chapel Hill. They are down 8-0 in the top of the 7th.
I need to go to the bathroom.
So barring a epic comeback by the Chapel Hill Bulldogs, that one is going to go to the Brownsboro Bears. Looks like they have to make some votes right now.
Go.
Top of the 7th. Like I said, 8-0 there in Chapel Hill. So it looks like the pitcher's ready. Justice. So Landon Justice getting ready up there. And Hudson LeGros is up to bat for the Eagles, so we'll see what he can do here. And here's the pitch. He breaks down and squares up for a bunt and doesn't pull back in time, says the umpire, and gets strike one. Nobody out, and runners at first and second for the Eagles. Justice going to try and come in and cap this inning off. And a pitch bounces in front, and the runners will advance a base. And now both runners are in scoring position for the Eagles. LeGros will step in. And that one's going to be butted down the first base line, and the fielder's choice is going to bring a run in. And so LeGros makes a sacrifice bunt and brings a run home.
Nice job there by LeGros. Got
Great job.
family watching and is able to get a run in.
And extends the lead by 3. So with one out and a runner on third, we have, I believe, Ty McCoy at the plate. And that one's going to be fouled out of play.
Over the stands, and didn't sound like it hit anything there.
It is not conducive right now for me to be bald. That wind is blowing.
Where's your NETsn at, Keith?
It's in the truck.
Yeah, you should have worn it. It's a nice hat there. You could have protected your head.
And that's in there for a strike on the inside corner. Good pitch by Justice there.
You definitely can hear that wind now.
Yeah,
Good thing you put the windsock on the microphone there.
Oh, yeah. So 1-2 the count. And a swing and a miss. And a strikeout by Justice. And 2 outs now.
Now, if Justice is to get this batter here, which is number 6, Luke Wagner, out, he considered it a win for Van. Only giving up the 1 run after having no outs with 2 on there. So. And
the Eagles have continued to get at least 1 run per at bat per inning. That's going to be in there for a strike. And look a little high.
He's coming in throwing strikes, though. That's a good sign.
That's a great pitch. And that one is in there for a strike.
Oh, he's feeling it. He's hopping.
That was a great pitch.
Man.
Right down the pipe. I really don't know what Wagner was waiting on that one. I'm 43, and I could have hit that one.
Coach Haltom is, if he gets this out, he's pulling the right strings here with his pitchers.
And that one's going to be hit out into right field as Bacher is over with the catch. And the out. So Justice comes in and leaves one on for the Eagles and allows only one run to come in. So kind of a good save there for Justice to come in for the Eagles and only allow just the one run.
Yeah, I'd say that's a win if Coach Hoffman. Now, I would say, you mentioned a while ago the difference in the scoreboard up there. You've got Lindale, 1 run, 3 runs, 1 run, 1 run. They're continuously scoring runs, whereas in Van, they had those 4 runs in the first, and since then, Ron Betts has kept them in the 0 column. So right now, you're looking for some bats to come alive at your Van here in this inning. Trying to maybe they can get to Betts, force him out of the game, and see what the bullpen's got.
And don't count them out. They have the ability. They have that ability to step up and do what needs to be done. It's just, do they have the mentality right now? It is a colder night. It's not a usual thing here in almost May to be playing in low 60s, high 50s degree weather here in Texas.
Not that we're complaining.
No, I'd rather not sweat.
Than 100
but,
degrees and we're sitting out
right.
sweating.
But
we can always put clothes on.
Yeah.
You don't have to take so much on.
But it's a mentality thing now for the Vandals. They have the ability. It's just they need the mentality.
Yep.
So we're about to see what they can do because their first at bat is going to be their cleanup batter, Landon Smith.
Yeah, they got the middle lineup right coming up.
And
so.
these are. But here's the thing: for the Vandals, just like the Eagles, there is really no middle. They're all good. They all have that ability. But the Vandals just haven't been able to capitalize on that ability yet.
Yeah. And it's really just been Ryan Betts has been in control of this game.
Yes. And that's a good hit. And look at there. We have a base hit off the first pitch of the inning. And right now is when you capitalize. Right now is when you say, okay, enough is enough. Let's play baseball.
Yeah. That's what they needed to get off to a good start. They put some pressure on Betts, have to throw strikes. And he hadn't had much pressure here since that first inning.
So here we go. We have a base hit already. And Easton Hinch is going to step in. Here's the pitch. And that one's going to catch the inside corner for a strike. That was a good little pitch. That was kind of a breaking ball there by Betts. Pardon me.
What's that mean?
And Smith, a little lead over there off first. And here's the pitch. That's going to be off the outside corner. So Betts kind of painting the corners there of the plate there, Bret.
Yeah, he is. And it's getting windy.
Yeah, the wind's picking up. Our papers and stuff are kind of flying on the table here.
That battery must have been a bad battery.
And here's the pitch. That's going to be outside for a ball. So 1-2 now the count.
What?
Throw over to first. Not in time. And once again, Betts is making sure that Landon Smith stays where he is over there. Here's the pitch. And a good way to hold off there by Hinch is that's going to be outside for a ball. So the count runs even at 2. Nobody out, a runner on first. The Eagles lead by 3 here in the bottom of the 5th. And another outside. So full count.
Must have been a bad battery. Huh?
We're going to have some chatter going on here.
It's getting serious now.
It is getting serious. And Excuse me.
3-2 count, big one here.
Betts checks over at first. Here's a pitch, and that's going to be low. So runners on first and second now, and you got a guy in scoring position for the Vandals. Bret and Mr. Andrew Flutter is going to come up.
Look at that. Looks like a courtesy runner going in there at second. Let's see.
It's going to be for Linden.
Wait,
no, actually,
wait.
we're going to have a timeout by Lindale. And looks like we may have a pitching change for the Eagles.
We'll see who they go with.
Betts is coming off.
It's interesting. We just had this discussion a while ago. I said, can they get him off the mound and get to the bullpen? And they did. Now they're going to bring in, looks like number 6, Luke Wagner, first base.
And here's the thing to think about too is and I don't know because I don't have the counter in front of me, but there is a pitch count. And are they saving Betts for Friday? Because if his pitch count is low, he can come back on Friday and he can pitch in a save type capacity. So in this situation, they may be bringing in another pitcher, saving Betts.
And they went with LeGros the whole game last time with Chapel Hill.
Right.
So LeGros can go the whole way too. I don't know. That's the question. I don't know the pitch count rules either.
Well, pitch count, no, you can only do a certain amount of pitches in a week. So you can, I believe it's 105. It may differ, but I believe it's one of those. So it would depend. So like LeGros can pitch here, and he can pitch, but a lot of coaches look at that in big game situations if they play too. So for instance, you got 2 games this week. So if Betts is one of your bigger pitchers, and obviously he is, but if Betts has, let's say, 70 to 75 pitches, you're going to save him for Friday because you have the ability to use him as maybe a save at that time.
It's possible. You got to believe they've got confidence coming in right now with Wagner because this is a big spot right here. No outs. Kind of similar, very similar to the last inning with Van.
Right.
There was same situation here with 2 runners on, no outs. Van was able to bring in the reliever, and it basically went only allowed 1 run. So if you're Lindale here, you want to try to do the same thing.
And you got a big hitter in Andrew Flutter coming up, so you got to be careful. And are we getting some rain?
I think it's the precipitation that's falling here a little bit.
I got a little. I don't think I'm sweating, so I think it's rain.
Yeah, unless someone's throwing water at us because they don't like what we're saying.
Which could happen. So I believe
I packed everything except for an umbrella.
I have an umbrella in the truck, but I don't think we're good. But we might. So here we go. 0-1 the count now to Flutter. Here's the pitch, and Flutter breaks down and doesn't pull back in time, and he's frustrated with himself as Wagner throws a great pitch there.
Yeah, he's done what he's supposed to. Comes in, gets 2 straight strikes here, and now he's got a chance to throw maybe some junk. Maybe he throws some breaking pitches, try to get the Van off balance there. We'll see.
Here's a pitch, and that one's going to bounce in front, and both runners will advance. And no throw.
Yeah. So
Here we go, Drew. You got this.
I think I have an umbrella in my truck because the rain seems to be.
it's trying to hit us. I feel it hitting my hat a little bit. Nothing
Well,
bad.
I will tell you, there's nothing on the radar, and it's just so if it's something, it's just going to be a little.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We're trying to avoid the rain.
Yep. But anyway, here we go. 1-2 now the count. Sorry, but everybody's like, we're playing baseball here. Here's a hit, and that's going to go over to Powell, and Powell shoots it over to Wagner. Oh, excuse me, not Wagner anymore. Who is over at first now? Is that LeGros?
Yeah,
yep,
LeGros
is now over at first.
So you got basically he checked the runner, made sure he wasn't going anywhere,
Correct.
then threw it to first. Did a good job there.
good, solid baseball play. Gets one out, but you have a good hit. I can't talk. Excuse me. You've got a good batter coming in.
This is Hendricks up
Ross
right
Hendricks.
here. Yeah.
And that's going to be a pass ball. And it looks like the run is going to come in. It does.
And then also,
Landon Smith.
runner advances over to third too. So.
And Smith does not hesitate. That sucker just takes off. And says, I'm going to make it.
Must be nice to be able to run that fast. I've forgotten how to
It must
run
be
that
nice
fast.
to run. Be able to run. I run my mouth and I run a fever. That's about all I do.
I jogged out to that camera a while ago and I was out of breath. Out of shape. I used to be able to do that. Just
Oh,
not
yeah, I
anymore.
used to.
Not
When
anymore.
I played sports back in the day. So Hendricks, 1-0 the count. Runner at third. It'll help if I actually get that right on the board here. And that pitch is going to be there for a shot. So now 1-1.
Trying to get some signals going here with the, and then Hendricks says, "I'm tired of waiting on you. I'm just going to step out and reset here." Sometimes almost like a little game.
Yeah, and Wagner takes some time. I have seen him pitch. He does take a little time. That one is a good stop by Keith behind the plate to keep that from passing.
You know, like you talked about earlier, Van's got some wheels on the bases. So
They do.
Anything right now getting by Keith is going to be trouble. His backstop's not quite as bouncy as the one in Lindale.
No, it doesn't bounce right back to you. And here's a pitch. That's going to be a
Oh,
good
man.
pitch
Hey, you know
by
what?
Wagner.
Keith framed that one.
Yeah.
I think he got that one and pulled it down a little bit. That was a good job there by Miles Keith.
But
it was one of those.
that was a
on
great
the
pitch by
edge,
Wagner.
and he just brought it down just a little
But
bit.
Wagner don't take away from Wagner. That was a good little breaking ball.
It was.
That one's going to bounce and he's going to get past. And Hitch is going to come in for the score. And the Vandals have moved to within one now.
Yeah. 7-6 with those two runners that were on. But now the runners are clear.
Nobody on base.
So if you're
one out.
If you're Lindale now and you're Wagner, you want to just settle down, just get the guy out right here in front of you, and then get out of the inning. You're still ahead.
So it's a full count now.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a fly ball out of play. And this count is still full. So now it's kind of a clean slate here, except for the one out. And we're going to see what we have here.
It's just been an incredible game. I didn't say that enough tonight.
And it's not even over.
Just two evenly matched teams.
And a good hit. That's going to go over to McCoy. McCoy is going to flip it over to LeGros. And that's going to be 2 outs.
Let's go, 9.
And Wyatt Dale, the catcher, will step in and see if he can take a shot. And I'll tell you right now, Vandals have the ability for 2-out rallies, and they've done it all year. And they've done it this game. They've gotten some scores. That's what they did back in the bottom of the first. They've gotten base runners with 2 outs a lot this game, but they just haven't been able to bring them in. That one's going to bounce. And 1-1 the count. Wagner brings the pitch. That's right down the middle. I'm not sure what Dale was waiting on.
Yeah, that was about as good a pitch as you're going to find a hit. Right down the middle.
So 1-2 the count. As Wagner looks, and here's the pitch. And a good swing, but couldn't make contact, and that's out number 3. But that's all right. 2 runs come through, and the lead goes from 3-1 for the Eagles, and Van is knocking on the door. And we are going to take a little break here.
Hey, Keith, before we go to break, though,
What's up?
Somebody named That's So Dope Podcast has made a comment.
Who's that? So, you mean hashtag We Want Corey?
Hashtag We Want Corey.
Hashtag We Want Corey.
He said, great job tonight, guys. Baseball on NETsn.
Yes, baseball.
But remember, hey, everybody watching, we want hashtag We Want Corey. We want that, okay? So start the trend, hashtag We Want Corey. And don't forget, we're sponsored by Azalea Orthopedics.
We'll be right back.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Back here on NETsn as Keith taking a little break here for a moment. Bret Swinney here with you. Thanks for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Hope you're enjoying baseball on NETsn. Remember, don't forget hashtag We Want Corey. We want that all over this chat. We want Corey at a baseball game this year. So hashtag We Want Corey. Okay, let's start that up. See if we can get Corey out of the game. We're going to go to the top of the 6th inning here in Van, and leading off the inning looks like for Van is going to be Miles Keith. So Keith here steps in the box, and we'll see what he's got here at the plate. Ball's going to be a little inside and low for ball 1. Pitch, and takes outside, ball 2. And Keith looking to get off this inning to a good start. Maybe put a runner on base here. Maybe chip in, get those runs back they just gave up in the bottom of the 5th. And ball's going to be in the dirt. Kind of blocked away there by Dale. And Justice is trying to find his groove this inning. So far, he just can't find the strike zone. So we'll see if Keith takes this 3-0 pitch. And he does, and a good strike right down the pipe for strike 1. A lot of chatter here in the stands. Gotta love it. Student sections, both teams. And that's going to be a ground ball to the third baseman, and he can't come up with it. And Hawkins, it's going to be an E5 for Hawkins as he can't come up with that ball. And it's going to allow Lindale to get off to a good start and put a runner on base. I think there's going to be also a courtesy runner on first. I can't see who came in for that, but since Miles Keith is the catcher, they're going to give him that courtesy runner. It's going to bring up for Lindale number 5, Caden Fleming. He's going to throw back over to first. Back in time. Looks like that's not going to be number 10, the courtesy runner for Lindale. Goes over again. And that is Jackson Parker. Safe. So Parker's takes second, puts a runner in scoring position here with no outs for the Eagles. 1-0. Pitch coming from Justice. And pitch. Ooh, hit a shot up the middle. And it's going to go into center. And then, oh, held at third there. Was that courtesy runner, Jackson Parker. So runners on the corners here with no outs. And I've got Keith back. Thank you, Keith. I was struggling over here doing play-by-play for baseball.
well,
it's a little strange.
Because you don't know what you're doing?
I just haven't done it yet. I'm used to play-by-play for basketball, and I can do play-by-play for football, but the baseball's just different.
It's a little odd. But I think you did well.
Hey, like I said, I'm a team player.
Nothing burned down.
Yeah, we're good here. The scoreboard didn't get kept up with, so we got no outs. Runners on the corners here, and
Let's go, Red!
so far we had an error at third. Off the bat. Miles Keith got on with the error. Miles had his courtesy runner, and Parker has now made it around to third.
It looks like Jake Powell is up.
Yes.
Is he up to bat?
Yes. He should be Powell.
Yeah. Which means we got Carson Plunkett up on deck. And yep.
Cody says the great Will Hutchins with the background audio for folks at home. I'm not sure what that means. Maybe he hears somebody here
That he knows.
at the game. They're that loud. And I'm still waiting on the hashtag. Corey said hashtag no, LOL. Hashtag we want Corey.
And it's hashtag not your call. And a good pitch by Justice is on the outside corner. So that'll even the count at 2 to Powell.
Man.
And still runners at the corners and nobody out. And Lindale knocking on the door to extend their lead when Van did so well to eat into it. Good job by Dale.
Whew, that was high.
Snag that ball out of the air.
Umpire was probably thankful. Hit him in the head.
So full count. And Justice from the stretch. And ready to go. And he throws over to third.
Ooh. And then the runner stole second.
The runner stole second. That is a...
oopsie.
And Haltom is a little animated over there.
It's like, what are you doing?
Yelling at his because that was a very slow developing pickoff play.
Yeah, you got to get over, pop it over there faster, not to give the guy at first a chance.
And I don't think that was what was supposed to happen. And that's a swing and miss for a strikeout. Ooh. Good job by Justice.
I was going to say
to get the out.
Say on that one, he went fishing for that one.
He went fishing. Good job. Even the nomenclature's coming to you.
I've been waiting for that one. I'm still waiting on the he golfed for that one.
He golfed.
I haven't seen that one that they went for that's in the dirt. They golfed at it yet.
Yeah, there you go. So Carson Plunkett is up to bat.
Yeah, you can thank my sidekick for the Mario Kart background music. I got my little buddy sidekick.
Oh, nice. Oh, yeah. I hear it. I didn't hear it until you said something.
Yeah.
And the infield shifting in, expecting a bunt. I'm guessing. I guess they're thinking a sacrifice bunt by Plunkett.
Yeah, one out. You got runners at second and third here.
Which I believe, we did that last time. I didn't write it down. Pardon me. So 1-0 the count, and that's going to be low for a ball. So Plunkett finds himself ahead a little bit, 2 balls and no strikes.
I want to go home.
Justice with the pitch. And that's going to be a hit into right center field. And it's going to get over the head of Bachert. The runner's going to tag and score. And the runner from second is going to score as an RBI double is going to come in by Carson Plunkett. So the Eagles get back to a 3-run lead.
Yeah, those 2 runs that Van got in the bottom half
Just
wiped
went
out.
away right
Wiped.
there.
Yeah.
And once again, the Eagles get runs on the board in and in.
Yeah, they've done that consistently tonight.
So we want to, Carson Plunkett. We have a sister listening.
Yeah,
So there you go.
did a great job. Hey, that's why he's playing so well tonight.
Maybe. Got a stand up RBI double.
I just
2
want to
RBI.
give a shout out to everyone tuning in tonight. This is our biggest stream of baseball season. So Lindale and Van fans
Y'all are the best.
represent. We appreciate you. The only thing is, we just gonna top it Friday night.
Yeah.
We'll be here.
And then playoffs.
Yeah, because either way this game ends up falling, it's gonna be a big game Friday night. So
Ryan Betts now up to bat with a runner on second. And that one's in there for a strike. I don't know if it's in for a strike or if they say he didn't pull back in time. But either way,
it's marked as a
Ryan
strike.
Betts is a strike.
Yeah.
We can argue as much as we want, but as the Van fans found out on Friday, it doesn't matter what we say, the umpire has the way. So that's going to be outside for a ball. So 1-1.
Speaking of that, do you have any score updates, Keith? We know we had some earlier.
Let me check. Put my
'cause-
phone away because it was raining a little bit. So
Hey, at least the rain cleared out.
it did. I will check. That's going to be hit foul.
Because it'll determine if Brownsboro was able to hang on, which looked like they were.
Yeah, I think.
Then
I
they will
believe-
be tied with the loser of this game. So
Let's see here. Here's the pitch. Well, that's going to catch the outside corner
bring it up.
for strike 3. And that's going to be 2 down. So at least we can say on the pitching here, or on the calls, he's consistent for both sides.
yeah, he
So the
rung,
final-
he
the-
rung that one up.
We do have a final in Chapel Hill. The final score is 8-0 there.
Okay.
Brownsboro came away with the win. So they do extend their
So that's going to be Chapel Hill at 3-6. Brownsboro will be 7-2.
Brownsboro 7-2.
Yeah.
And so
that means the loser of this game-
will be tied for second in the district.
They'll either be tied for first, or in third after.
Good job by Dale, but the runner still advances. Dale kind of lost that one, but kept it from getting behind.
That's how big that game will be Friday. Because it'll
Yes.
either be a tie for first with the possibility of still getting that first place,
Right.
or all the way down in third. And talking to Coach Hawthorne before the game, that first place seed, he sees that as a really good track to go several rounds possibly for this district. So it's a
Right.
very important first place in district play. Because you never know, it's just kind of who you pair up against when you get to the playoffs.
Right.
The matchups matter. You can be a third place team, but if you catch the right bracket and the right matchups, maybe there's a weaker district you pair up with, and you can work your way a little bit deeper in the playoffs.
So apparently Brownsboro and Athens had a conversation, decided they wanted the same kind of score. So it's the top of the 7th over in Athens, and they lead the Cumberland Academy Knights 8-0. So that's ball 4. And Jake Kerbo will take his place over first.
Yeah, so now you got runners on the corners here. 2 outs. I mean, your Van, you just need to get one.
And Hudson LeGros will step in. Pardon me.
You got Forces on second and first, so you get LeGros to ground out somewhere on the infield, take care of the out, and then you still have 2 innings since they're already home, they'll have the extra bottom half.
Here's the pitch. The runner goes, but no go on that. And I'm seeing a lot of mental mistakes here. A lot of frustration. A lot of they're letting the little things get to them, and for Van, and they can't do that. Like I said before, they have the ability. They're a really good team.
And Cody confirms what we talked about earlier. If there is a three-way tie, it'll be settled on Saturday.
Right.
With they'll do a flip, and two of them will play. The winner will play the next one.
Right.
So.
So there's a lot that can mathematically, and math is hard, yeah,
it's a lot.
be into this.
You've got 5 teams for 4 spots, and none of them are locked in any of the spots.
Yeah.
I
mean, nothing is done in this district yet, and it won't be done tonight. There's a hit, and that's going to Hendricks. Hendricks throws over to Flutter, and that's going to be the out, and no more runs come in. But the 2 runs that the Vandals got last inning were pretty much wiped away, and the Eagles get their 3-run lead back here in the top of the 6th. So we're heading out to the bottom of the 6th. We're in Van, Texas. You're watching NETsn. Go ahead and like and subscribe. Keep on chatting with us. We're loving hearing from you. We'll be back here in Van, Texas.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Kind of quieted down a little bit. Everybody zoomed in. Now it's up to 71. This has been a huge one. And we got these 2 teams that they like us, so
We may have a good year next year.
see even between maybe the band's got a new basketball coach too. We try to get them.
Heck, I mean, I know we're doing travel football, but band football's pretty big.
I don't know. Some of the footballs have their own stuff.
Gotcha. And we are back. Grady Bates. I said it right that time. The family's sitting in front of me.
Yeah, they're looking at you.
They're going to start throwing stuff at me. I may just say it wrong just to see the looks I can get. one another count to Bates.
He might have one of the biggest cheering sections here. He's got a whole row in front of us.
And they were here the last time I was here. They sat right in front of me last time. I'm not saying it has anything to do with me. In fact, I'm pretty sure it does not.
Did they win last time? Because
they won last time.
Okay.
So it may have something to do with it. So 1-2 the count. And here's the pitch. That's going to be high. And Wagner, I think, released that one a little bit too early.
Yeah. It was not coming down.
Didn't really get on that one like you wanted to.
It set sail high and didn't come down.
Like they say in Major League, too high. Too high. That's going to be low, however. And once again, Bates finds himself in a full count. I think he likes to start out. I think he likes to come back from adversity.
I think he likes to stress his mom out behind
I think so, yeah. I think he just,
It's on purpose.
The family just freaks out, and then he's just like, and just laughs it off. And now he gets on base.
Oh, there we go. He got on base this time.
And he throws that back with authority, and gets down to first base.
It blocked the rain.
So we thought the rain went away, and now it's just sprinkling a little bit.
Yeah, it's a little chilly too. The cold drops, man.
So now that Bates is gone down to first base, we have Asher Hawkins.
Here, I got one for your entertainment value.
Okay, what's up?
Van's looking to rein in the runs this inning.
Okay. I'm the dad joke guy. That was just bad.
You know.
So Hawkins swings at the first
It
one.
was so bad. Somebody had that clap out there.
That was.
Look, it's raining.
Oh yeah, that's not us, huh? My son's telling us that it's raining in Tyler.
Yes.
Look at the rain coming down.
That's going to foul back in the net.
The rain's coming down.
And threw it back at him.
I may have a meteorologist on my hands.
Oh yeah.
So many rain.
Well, hey, see if you can teach them to say windowless interior room.
Yeah.
I don't feel that.
Or basement. That's what we say at our house.
Hey, I've seen you can make a good living with windowless interior room. So 1-2 is the count,
Man.
and some very unhappy
Yeah, Lindale didn't like that call.
fans. Well, and the consistency is not there. It's consistently inconsistent. And the rain is starting to pick up a little bit here, and that's a strike. So down goes Hawkins, and Blocker is going to step in and see what he can do.
We need to invest in a NETsn canopy.
I actually have it.
Oh.
Not a NETsn one, a Whitman one.
With NETsn logo.
It's blue, so
Okay.
we could embroider one on there or something, or just
Ooh.
That's a great pitch by Wagner.
Man.
I actually used my canopy at Brownsboro field. They did not like it when I took it down because it was sunny.
Used it for a little different reasons.
There's
Ooh.
a pitch. It's going to be a good fastball by Wagner.
He's firing
And
him.
swinging it
He is.
by Barker.
He is definitely firing him this inning here.
So let me ask real quick: is hashtag
Daddy, look at
Without
this.
Corey going anywhere there? in
No,
the
we
chat?
want hashtag we want Corey. Man,
There's a throw
Is
to
it gonna be a-
first,
gonna be a
and
balk?
not.
they're gonna say balk, I think. Yeah.
Are they calling it a balk?
They called it a balk.
They called it a balk, and Wagner having a conversation. Shouldn't be, but the coach now is coming out to have a talk and wondering what it was. I didn't see
He
the
didn't.
move that was made. They called it a balk. Did he step?
Uh-oh.
We got a warning now on Lindale. So warning to the coach over at Lindale.
We got a little,
Lindale dugout.
the catcher-pitcher conversation broke up there.
Yeah, the umpire has to go out and tell them, hey, look, let's go, let's play.
I'm not getting y'all in this.
I know. I just wanted to get out.
So we're back to action here after whatever that was. And here's the pitch.
Ooh, another one of those high pitches that didn't come down.
So 1-2 now the count.
You gotta wonder too, you get that little bit of rain, hand gets a little
It's a
wet.
little slippery.
Could it be affecting the grip a little bit? See, with the little bit of rain we've had, hasn't really made anybody leave.
Nope.
Still a pretty packed house here.
And here's the pitch. And that's going to be a hit on the right field, and it's going to get snagged.
Wow, great
by
catch.
The right fielder, I'm not really sure
Who is out
who
there?
it is. Hudson Legault started out there. But we know he's
17.
at first.
17.
So it's number
Carter
17.
Fleming.
Yeah, Carter Fleming.
Yeah. What a snag by Fleming. I mean, he robbed probably a run there. If he doesn't catch that, it's a good chance that Van gets a run in. But
And Fleming actually started out in left field, but they moved him over to right when they made some changes there. So 2 down.
Are you kidding me?
So you can probably hear the frustration.
yeah, they didn't like that call from Lindale.
A lot of verbiage going on. But fans get into games, so we do too.
Daddy, the rain's getting my apple all wet.
That's in there for a strike.
Daddy, look, everything's wet.
And the rain is coming down, so we're going to try to.
Go get my hoodie
We're
for
gonna
me.
try to,
Go get my here. Leave this here.
keep
Leave
everything
it.
up to date. We're going to keep talking with some of our equipment. We're going to cover up a little bit, and we may not be able to keep up with the strikes and balls on the screen,
Yeah,
but we'll do our best.
we need to be able to have a game Friday night.
Yeah,
and
we don't
be
want
on.
any of our stuff to, get messed up. But we'll, we're going to keep on the air. We're just
Yeah,
we may not have everything up to date on the screen.
my helper's on top of things.
Oh yeah, he's on. I don't know where he's going, but he's on it. And there's a throw. And he pulled him off the bag. And he's safe over at that's going to be a run in for the Vandals. We're going to have a little conversation, however, as an appeal was called.
Okay. I'm sorry, but thank you for getting my hoodie.
And the call stands as the runner at first remains safe. And the Vandals get a run across the board with 2 outs. So here we go.
That was big right there.
That was a big one. The throw just kind of took McGrow off. Here's the pitch. Outside corner for a strike.
Well, like you talked about earlier, this game's not over. These teams
these teams do not want to give up. They're not.
This is an important game right here. Oh, Cody. Cody says hashtag free Corey. I think you got the hashtag wrong. It's hashtag we want Corey.
This ain't a time to kill, not free Carl Lee. It's hashtag we want Corey.
Yeah, hashtag.
I don't know what you thinking over there, my man.
Now he's getting Cody Bray. If you are appreciated. Now he's. Oh man.
So 1-2 the count. As the frustration mounts on the fan side. And that's in there for a strike. And let me tell you something. This game is not over yet. We have another inning to go as your score is 9-7 here in Van. And we got a good one, everybody. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back here in Van, Texas. You're watching NETsn. Don't go anywhere.
The Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
And we are back at the top of the 7th. Barring anything like a tie or anything, where this is the possible last inning. Caleb Hart is the batter. His first at bat of the game. And, man, if you're just joining us, where have you been?
I don't know. Missing a good game here.
Yeah. This has been probably one of the...
You've seen a lot of games this year, Keith. You've seen one as good as this one?
I have not.
Maybe the comeback game.
The comeback game from Brownsboro and Brook Hill.
But as far as the entire game
But
goes.
no, not the entire... Not as close as this has been. Nip and tuck the whole way, no. Have not seen one. So this has been a very fun game to watch here.
You got to figure if you're Van, you want to try to get through this inning for the first time all night without giving up any runs. You don't want to give them any more runs if you can.
Because the good thing about being home is you have the last at bat. You have the last say. You have the last hurrah.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of which, Holton making his way out to the mound, and every time he does that, you know what's going to happen.
He's probably going to make a change here.
So,
well, he's pitched 3 so far. This would be pitcher number 4.
but he's also
He's not going to use anybody that maybe could pitch again on Friday, like he talked about with the Lindale
Right.
strategy. It's definitely going to be in play for Van, as they haven't really used anybody
Deep.
extended length of time.
no, and he's kept all his pitchers into positions to where it's going to be the ability to use them again later on.
So that's going to be Austin Johnson coming in to pitch for
Justice.
Van.
And not only that, you're thinking, and I'm thinking of this, the possibility of not a playoff, but a with the tie that could happen.
That's
You got to
Saturday.
play Saturday.
Yeah, that's
So and
that
guess
re-
what?
does that reset
No,
things?
it's still within the week.
So that
So
could be interesting.
your count, your pitch count still counts.
Okay.
It restarts on Sunday.
Let me ask you
yeah.
this now. If you're Brownsboro, you're not having to play this week a tough game in Chapel Hill. They beat them 8-0. We don't know how that shook out. Maybe they get a chance to save the pitchers more than Lindale and Van. They're trying to, play here to get it. They burn more pitchers, or they're aces. And they're not eligible to pitch. That could make a difference on Saturday.
It could make a difference
if that comes into play.
It's depending on now,
A
based on
lot of strategy.
right, and depending on based on the score of the Chapel Hill Brownsboro game, it depends on what they did. It depends on who they used, how deep they went, what the pitch count was, and that may be something next year that I do a little bit better job of keeping up. Again, this is our first year, so it's, pardon me, it's a little different.
Well,
But,
we've had
yeah.
the privilege to cover this district, a lot of games in this district.
Correct.
And so it kind of gives us some continuity between our broadcasts.
Yes.
But
But I think it's going to be, it could end up extremely interesting when all is said and done.
it's already going to be interesting, but you're right,
Right.
it could be really, really interesting.
So,
And guess where you'll be able to catch that?
You're on NETsn?
Yeah,
On YouTube, NETsn Live?
yeah, YouTube.com/NETsn Live.
Check us out on Twitter,
Yep.
NETsn_live.
Yeah, we're now verified too.
Yes, we are. Runner goes, and it's going to be offline. And no go. And not sure what. Oh, we have.
Did he come off the base?
I'm not quite sure what happened there.
He had to have come off the base there. And that's
No, I believe he's going to call interference. And I think
so-
that's what it is.
so he has to go back to first.
Well, but the batter, Wagner, is out. And so I'm wondering if they called him out for interference. Because, that's what happened. The batter, I was watching the runner run to second. So, so the batter has to get out of the way. Actually, technically,
Hey, we need to
the batter should stay where he is.
We might need to hire Grady's sister here.
I know, she was
as
right.
our
She's
as our
looking at me
rules.
like, yeah,
she's gonna be
duh.
the rules analyst here,
Right? Except for the fact that I can't pronounce names. But anyway.
Or she could do that too.
Just teach me phonetically how to
Hey,
say things.
we need some interns.
Time called.
Ooh, that was a good pitch too.
And a good pitch wasted.
Okay, sounds good.
Who did we say? Austin Johnson now pitching for
Johnson.
them. It's going to be a hit and off of the third baseman.
Battery, outfield.
So that's going to be an E5, which will put a runner on base.
Hey, I'll take over for you.
Or you could. I got to run all the way out to change the battery.
And that'll bring, I believe, Caden Fleming now to the plate with runners on first and second. Rain has subsided a little bit, so that's good for us. I'm back up on my computer here, trying to get things going. Good pitch by Johnson. but it was a ball, according to the umpire. So 1-0 the count. My partner, Bret, had to head out and do some camera stuff there. That's going to be down low for a ball. So Fleming ahead, 2-0 in the count. One out, 2 on, and a foul back for a strike. 2-1 the count. Wind has kind of died down too, so whatever was here has kind of blown over. We have time as Dale heads out to have a conversation with Johnson. And I think we're back to action here. As Fleming steps into the batter's box. And here we go. Johnson looks on, gets the sign he wants, checks second base. And from the stretch, here's the pitch. That's going to bounce in front, but a good job by Dale to keep the ball in front and keep the runners where they are.
But I don't see how they have to play each other.
And don't forget, we will be in Lindale on Friday to bring you the second ball game of this matchup. Now that's going to be down low for a ball, so that'll be a walk for Fleming. Now that date is going to be based on any kind of weather. As you know, today was the game today was actually supposed to be tomorrow, but it was changed due to a possibility of the weather tomorrow. Not sure what Friday is going to bring, but as of right now, it's going to be Friday at 7:30 in Lindale. Base is loaded now, as that pitch goes high for a ball. And Jake Powell is ready. And the throw over to third, and it goes past the third baseman. And no run, as the runner stays where he was. Here's the pitch. It's going to be high for ball 2. Two and 0 the count. There's the pitch. It's going to be a good hit, and it's 6-4-3 double play. And that is it. The side is retired.
Wow.
And guess what? No runs for the Eagles in the top of the 7th for the first time in the game.
Man, I got back just in time for a great play, Keith.
You did. And a good play. Hendricks to Hinch to Flutter for the 6-4-3 double play to end the inning and keep the Eagles from getting a run across. And that's exactly what we've been talking about that the Vandals need to do for this game. And now they're in there, and they get the last at bat.
Last at bat. They got a chance to walk off with a win here at home in front of a home crowd. I mean, man.
I mean, and they're only two runs down. That's not a thing that they. I mean, I can't talk. They can do that.
Yeah.
It's not insurmountable. That's what I was looking for.
Well,
the SAT word I was trying to
And the
find.
only way that we can do this tonight is, who's this podcast sponsored by?
Azalea Orthopedics.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Got a bad battery, that second one. So, no. Oh well. Ready?
On. He's done. Is that pinch? All right, let's go. And we are back to the bottom of the 7th in an exciting game here in Van. And that pitch is in there for a strike. We're trying to fix it.
Yeah, we got 3 outs here. Van's down to their last 3.
And it's a good one here. That's foul back.
Oh, there's the red truck. Oh, no, that wasn't the red truck. That was the red car. Sorry.
You have jokes.
It was only about 2 cars over from where our cars are located. Not too close. We've dodged them so far.
So Hinch finds himself down, and that's going to go in between in the outfield, and that's going to be a base hit. And just like that, Brett, the Vandals have a runner on first, and it can happen just like that.
Got the music going? Got the jump?
Got the jump.
There we go.
And that'll bring Andrew Flutter to the plate.
Hey, we had someone on that
I
was.
think we had a family member, a friend or something.
Yeah, Jennifer Flotter. Hope you're still watching.
All right. Runner on first, nobody out. Andrew on first, and that's going to be a high pop fly out into right field. And that's going to be a catch for an out. So out number 1. Ross Hendricks now in the batter's box for the Vandals. And he'll step in with Hinch still at first. Here's the pitch. That's going to be high. And a good job by Keith.
He double caught it.
He double caught it.
It was like he caught
Does he
it.
get extra points for that? Or?
I know. He caught it and it popped up and caught it again.
And don't forget, everybody, while you're watching, to go ahead and chat. Hashtag we want Corey.
Hashtag we want Corey. And like and subscribe to the channel.
Oh, yeah, we want that too. That's going to be a high pop fly, but it's going to be out of play, foul. And 1-1 is going to be the count. Corey's, if Corey's going to hurt me.
Yeah, that's fine. He'll be okay.
I mean, I'll be fine. I'm just saying.
If he's still watching.
If he's still watching. He may be in bed. He's old. He gets tired early. So 1-1 the count.
Welcome to my challenge room.
Wagner steps off, kind of toying with the pinch over there on first. Here comes the pitch, and that's going to be bounced in. Good job by Keith, and the throw not in time. Pinch steals second with ease, and guess what, Brett? Runner in scoring position.
Yeah, only 1 out. So.
And 1 away. 2 balls and 1 strike.
1 swing right here.
To Hendricks.
Change something right here.
So a base hit scores a run, depending on where it is. But normally, base hit scores a run.
Whoever fills up their side with all the rings, they win.
You're on.
All right.
From
What
the
do you think?
stretch.
It's not fair.
Here's the pitch. And that one straight to the shortstop.
Heavy.
Throw over.
Can I make an
Out number 2.
order? Thank you.
So the Vandals down to their last out, potentially, with number 7.
The pinch hitter, maybe here.
Yeah, looks like it. And that's going to be
Turbo. Take
no,
Turbo.
Caden Rowe.
I'm on the wrong list.
Yeah, Caden Rowe.
Caden Rowe, okay.
Is first to bat. He's going to step in as a pinch hitter from the 10.
I went to school with what's young man's mother?
Let me help.
Small world.
Yeah.
So Rowe steps in.
Got a chance
So
to
a
be a
big
hero right
at
here.
bat is
Yeah.
for the Vandals as they're down to their final 3 strikes. Potentially here.
Let's see what he's got.
That's a great idea.
Big spot to come in as a pinch hitter.
Here's the pitch. And that's a good breaking ball right down the middle of the plate.
I don't think he was
Good
expecting
fat.
that.
That was a fat pitch to be able to
Ooh,
throw
you
off.
could have, yeah, he could have really done some damage with that. Wasn't expecting it though. Good pitch there from Lindale.
And here's the pitch. And that one's going to be fouled off into the dugout of the Vandals.
Let me take you back to the restroom. Let me fix your machine.
So one pitch away here. One swing can end it, or one swing can extend it.
So no balls. And
You know what?
two
You want to
strikes.
live with me? That's not a bad idea. I can live here too.
And here we go. Outside for a ball. 1-2.
Kind of high outside there.
It
Good,
was.
good call there by the umpire.
So Rowe
It's tough to take those.
Takes a
though.
look. It
And
is.
you've got the game on the line here.
So big pitch here. Every pitch in this at bat is a big pitch. Rowe looks, and here's the pitch from Wagner. And that one is hit down a little early.
Whoa, he got a hold to that one. Just
Yeah, he was a little ahead of that one.
needs to straighten it out if he wants to put it in play. That off speed, he was way ahead.
Tried to time it out. Thought it was going to be a fastball. It was one of those off-speed breaking balls.
Now you take your step and you're already there, and you just yanked it foul.
So Rowe's ready. And even with an even count of 2-2, Wagner from the stretch checks the runner. And that one's going to be high. So now a full count to Rowe. So now a big pitch.
Yeah, biggest pitch of the game, I'd say, Keith.
Could end it, or like you said, could extend it. So we'll see what happens here. Wagner looks in. Rowe waiting. And here we go. That one's a swing and a miss. And strike 3 ends the ball game as the Vandals fall on the first game of this 2-game series in District 16 4A, 9-7
Wow.
to the Lindale Eagles. That puts Lindale at 8-1 in district. The Vandals, 7-2, tied now with Brownsboro for second place as Lindale stands alone atop District 16 4A. So Friday is a big game for
Hey,
both of these teams.
If you can't make it to the game Friday, Keith, where can you watch that game?
You can watch it right here on NETsn.
And who sponsors that?
Azalea Orthopedics.
Okay, all right, just checking.
So a big game on Friday
Daddy,
for
is it over?
Lindale and
Daddy?
for Van.
So basically, now we have our scenarios we
Daddy?
can talk about.
Right.
Okay, so right now it's Lindale and Brownsboro and Van tied for second.
Right.
So
Daddy,
Lindale
Lindale
wins, they take
They
first.
take first, win district.
And Van takes third as long as Brownsboro wins.
Correct.
Okay, so if not, if Lindale loses and Brownsboro wins and Van wins, then we have
Then
a
it's a three-way
tie.
tie for first place.
And that will be played off on Saturday.
Saturday.
We've heard.
We've heard. Now that's not for
Daddy?
sure, but everything comes down to Friday. And
And then you've got Chapel Hill.
but you got Chapel Hill in the mix.
Chapel Hill and Athens, they're
which
trying to fight for fourth.
They are.
I mean, this
And it's-
district, it's like no one has a spot.
It's not. Nothing is for sure yet. It is all gonna. It just depends. I mean, there's a lot of different scenarios. Chapel Hill could be the sneaker. Chapel Hill beats Brownsboro. It's all up for grabs there anyway, because whether win or lose, it's going to be first and second with one of these, Van or Lindale, either way.
And we have a lot of rain projected over the next 3 days.
Daddy?
Yeah, and
we'll
I'd
see if that.
Daddy.
Yeah.
Now, and the game being in Lindale, they have the turf infield, so
Right.
that will help
Daddy.
the game field conditions.
But Lindale has been known, and just like this, and I said it earlier. I think you were on your
The game over.
on your little trek over there to do the cameras. But I had mentioned earlier, the game is scheduled for Friday at 7:30. Just like this one, it could change due to weather. We will keep you updated, but only if you like and subscribe, because you won't get any updates if you don't like and subscribe.
It's definitely.
So-
and like I said, we do this because we love high school sports, high school baseball right now in particular, and so I think the way you can help us out, you can send us a super chat during our broadcast. Don't make a donation to our organization, or you can just like and subscribe to the channel. I mean, that helps us out as well. We get the views and stuff we can get. We can hopefully get some sponsors and stuff to sponsor some of our broadcasts. We got Azalea right now. We want to get more.
Right.
And the more we have people we have watching, it helps us out to get those things. So
And this is our first year to do baseball, so this is new to us as far as baseball. We've done basketball, we do football. This is our first year to do baseball. I've loved doing it, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to do it with your support. And obviously, as you can tell, we have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And like I said, Keith and I will be back Friday night in Lindale. It'll be another great one in Lindale. I'm sure the crowd's going to be.
It's going to be big.
I mean, there'll be fans. There may not be many places to sit. We'll have to get there early to make sure
we'll
see.
get our spot.
And
we have a spot.
Yeah, we'll be there, and hopefully you can make it out to the ballpark. But if not, tune in and join us.
And even if you do, you can still tune in. We have a lot of people. I can't tell you how many people come up and go, "Man, it's nice. I get to watch you and watch the game at the same time."
And it's a little delayed on the broadcast.
And you get like an instant replay.
So you can check the replay,
Right.
see if our camera caught the play that you didn't know if the call was right. And, check the call that way. And look at the van.
They're working on the field.
They're out there working on the field. That shows a lot of work ethic there. That Coach Hawthorne's got his kids out there helping.
And just so you know, any of the games that we do, they don't go away. They will be on our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And also, I know, and we've said this before earlier, but sometimes our streams in certain places, such here as Van, when the internet connection is not as good, when our Wi-Fi is not as good, whatever, we do record it in a higher definition or in a better quality. So we go in afterwards in a day or two, and we put the better recording in YouTube in the place of the one in the live stream.
Tomorrow I'll have this one up for you. Hopefully, barring anything else.
So don't think that the one you watched, if it has some skips, if it has some issues.
Well, I think we fixed a lot of that.
Yeah,
the first couple innings, we had some issues with it. We got it going there towards the end, so the latter part of the game was good. But we'll have the full game in a higher quality than what we had this week, and hopefully we'll be able to add another camera on Friday.
Right.
So maybe some little more coverage. We're always trying to improve our broadcast, and if you have any comments or suggestions, feel free to leave those.
Yeah, don't hesitate.
I mean, we take the good and the bad. We try to make things better. This is not for us. We enjoy doing this, but this is for you guys, the fans, the parents, the alumni, scouts, whoever's watching. We're doing this for them, and we just enjoy doing it. And we're excited about Friday's games.
Yeah, it's gonna be a great week of baseball. So anyway, like we said, like and subscribe, and we will see you on Friday. That does it for us here in Van. I'm done. Brett, you got anything else?
That's it, I guess. Thanks for watching tonight, and we'll see you guys Friday night. Y'all have a good week.
See y'all next time.
The Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at NETsn.live.
Tomorrow's
The
going to be
Northeast Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining